I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. Turn this music down. Where am I? I'm listening to 3 different versions of Our Life Beginnings and Always music, but that's okay. Turn off Spotify now. Okay. I need Spotify to stop. So... I know how this works. I know how this works. Trust. Oh my gosh. Olba. Oh, my streamer does not know. It's already scuffed and I don't know what's happening. Okay. I'm audible. I'm heard. Get me out of here. Okay. Quick, witty intro, Olba. Yeah, we in it. I don't know what else to say. This is where we are. We did not get far. I'm looking back at it now. I'm realizing that I spent so much time, like, faffing about in the prologue. Oh, it's so over. I don't know if I'm ever going to finish this entire thing. But I need to. Lobe. Screenshot. We got so far. We did not get far. We don't lie. Don't lie, honey. We did not get far. 3 out of... I didn't forget the count. Okay. I'm out of it. I woke up like 20 minutes ago. Can we skip to Ghost ASAP? I mean... It doesn't really matter, but come on. I know it doesn't matter, but come... It's 10. It's, Yeah, It's, It's Halloween. Wait! Wait! No. You had me thinking it's so much closer to October than it was. It's only August! It's not even... It's not Halloween yet! You know what it is, though. It's new. I've got to go to school tomorrow. It's not funny. I've got to go to school. Bullying. There's nobody else. Don't worry. Give it like 20 minutes and I'll be bullying myself. I'll be so freaking out of here. I'm gonna jump. It's Halloween. Okay, we'll do Ghost. I can't lie. I don't remember what happens in Sandcastle. One of these, I think we already did it though. I think Long Day is the most arduous one. Really, Long Day was rough. And I'm only saying that because I had to deal with Shiloh. We skipped to library then. Oh my god. You're telling me we're gonna skip out on... Literally, okay, you know what? I was gonna say we're gonna skip out on Peak. But then I realized literally this entire bottom half is just Peak. The whole DLC for Step 1 is so good. Oh my god, okay, fine, we'll do Ghost. My save slots are going to look really weird suddenly having Ghost grayed out here, but you know what? It'll work. Let's do Ghost. Oh god. Shit. I have to read. Sleepover is so peak, what do you mean? Yeah, I mean that like everything on the bottom half is so peak. I love everything on the bottom half. Literally all of the DLCs are so fire. For Step 1. For all of them. I think Long Day is just the one that I do not like the most. Let's ruin it from the get-go. When I get you. When I get you. Oh god, let me go and let me drink water already before I die. Oh my god. Audiobook. Let's get it. I need to make sure everything shuts up before I get disrupted. Watch me die midway. Okay. The night was incredibly still. You really couldn't ignore how silent it was. It was almost eerie. You could even hear Lizzie snoring in the next room over. Damn. It was hard to believe how much of a blur today was. Summer sure did slip right past you. It's like there were 3 more moments before this one. Wow, it's so fast. You flicked through the moments like pages in a scrapbook as you laid in bed. Okay, shut up! No, what do you mean? What do you mean you'll shut up? The ones that stuck out all seemed to include your new neighbor, Cove. It was funny how he had become such a big part of your life in such a short span of time. You thought a lot about what adventures you could have tomorrow until sleep started to catch up to you. Then you heard something scrape against the window. Terrifying. We're going to bed. I don't play about that. What is it? Lock in. Insert Cynthia Arifo gif of her tapping her head. What would 8-year-old me do? It wasn't that uncommon for the wind to push a tree branch against the glass. Summer breezes were the worst sometimes. But the more you tried to ignore it, the louder it seemed like it became. It was like something was trying to get your attention. Something is happening outside. Should have been seeing. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Everything needed to shut up. No. I said that? Wait, why do I? Okay. I think I'm just saying filler now because I genuinely don't remember saying that. Oh, it's so cooked. It's so cooked. I don't remember what I'm saying anymore. Why did I say that? It's over. But the more you tried to ignore it, the louder it seemed like it became. It was like something was trying to get your attention. Curtains on those windows, yeah. No, exactly! I won't- the living room background image, the fact that there are, like, no curtains whatsoever, it's like, okay. Interesting choice. Family, moms, that's... I'm not gaslighting you! I'm not saying that I didn't say it, I'm saying I don't remember saying that. There's a difference. There's difference. There's genuine honesty, and then there's gaslighting. I swear. I'm gonna get jumped. You lifted your head off the pillow to get a better look. Nothing was there. Nothing you could see, at least. Oh, we're going to bed. We're going to bed. I'm 8 years old, man. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to bed. And he is a RIP. I'm a widow. Am I in the will? You tried again to close your eyes and go to sleep, but the unknown scratching sounds didn't stop. It left your heart pounding. What would 8-year-old me do? What would 8-year-old me do? I fear it's going straight to a parent. I am not a brave child. No, yeah, I'm not. The cat is at my door, but he's not allowed to come in. Your nerves were wound tight, ready to burst. Sleeping like this was not an option, and neither was waiting for whatever it was to make its next move. You are the entire will, actually. Short says, but you're definitely in there. Yes! Yes! I'm in the will! Yes, God! You took a deep breath, then cast the covers aside and leapt out of bed. Do I get all your alien stage merch? Do I get all your thing? Do I get your remaining hair dye? Okay. You were out of the room, down the stairs, and into the still, brightly lit safety of the living room in a matter of moments.
Are you okay?
Oh god. Oh god, I don't think I'm gonna bother with voices. My throat's gonna die. Sorry, I forgot that I just put my name in this game, and now having to actually say it is, like, I don't know why, I have an feeling for having to say it. What's wrong, sweetie? Your entrance had been swift, but it had not been silent. That was good. Your moms hurried to your side while you were catching your breath. The TV show they were watching continued to play in the background. See, like, look at this! Oh, there's blinds, yeah, but... What about I'm guessing this is a door outside. Where are the curtains at? This gap? Still too big. I don't like this at all. I hate this. Who am I to say anything? Specifically left that to shorts. Ugh! Why does he get it? That's not fair. What do you mean you gave it to Guy choking of self-image. Oh my god, I hate it here. Told me you were scared, you acted tough, you didn't let it get to you more. I'm freaking scared, man. I'm so scared. What I'm truly scared of is that this immediately cancels out the moment. You reached for the closest parent and clung to her for dear life. There's a loud noise coming from the window. Aw, did it frighten you? Yeah. Mommy crouched down and held your hand, and Mom wrapped her arms around you. You felt the concern slip away. Nothing bad could happen while you were with your moms.
You alright with that?
I can't tell you. I wrote the will the other day and it was very sleepy. Ain't no way. I don't know why I left her with everything. Ugh! 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 Moving on. Why don't the three of us go upstairs and check together? We'll see what's causing the racket. They go upstairs and they see they see Cove at the window. Good plan. Koi, could you be brave and show us where the sound is coming from? We want to be extra specially sure that we've checked thoroughly. Someone breaking in, bro. You nodded. Mom released you from the hug with a proud look. You led them back to your room, still clutching Mommy's hand. Stopping in the doorway, you pointed to the window. It came from there, but I couldn't see anything. I'll go investigate. Jesus! She flicked the light on with a click. Your heart leapt in your chest as Mom approached the window. Kneeling on your bed, she made a show of inspecting the area from every angle. I don't see anything either. Something was there! I heard it! Oh yeah, this was me as a kid. I swear! It's real! It's real! Alright. You and Mommy stay back there and I'll keep looking. I have to go outside, but it'll be done in a jiffy. It's just Cove. It's Cove at the door. If it is the wind, we'll have to do our best to sleep through the sounds. If it's something else, it won't be there for much longer. Mom comes out, like, strapped. I don't know why that's funny to me. I'd like to say I just woke up. It's 11. What time is it? No, it's about to be midnight. I just woke up. Koi who cried wolf. Yeah, that was me. That was me as a kid. I was, in fact, the fish that cried wolf every time. She winked at you and punched one palm with the fist of her other hand. Wait. The blicky. Oh god, I'm trying to remember the mom's names. Pamela, yep. It's Noelani's the other mom. Pamela. Pamela stays strapped. A roll of paper. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Yeah, I can't skip this. I've never seen this option before. I'm scared that this is an option that, like, won't let me see a thing that I want to see. But this is a roll of paper. Like a map? In Dora the Explorer style? Oh my god, Raph, hello! Don't worry, we just barely started. I'm on Ghost right now, despite having 2 more things to do at the top of the list. Give her a roll of paper. What is this one? You stepped into the room and rummaged in the drawers next to your bed. If Mom was going to take on whatever had been at your window, she should have some way to defend herself. Oh my god, a weapon. 8-year-old Koi pulls out the weapon. You stepped in— oh wait, why am I reading this again? You pulled out the thick roll of paper and presented it to her. Good luck. Bestowing it and knighting her. Smiling, Mom accepted your weapon.
Not bad.
Anything lurking out there will regret it when I give them a whack with this. Mom then boldly left your room to put an end to the mystery. You scurried back to Mommy, who brushed your hair reassuringly. After a little while, your racing heart began to return to its normal pace and your eyelids grew heavy.
It's okay.
The flicky. New doodle. New doodle in mind, I know exactly what I'm doing. You might be comfier back on the bed. I can keep watch. Okay. Let's get you all settled in, nice and safe. Mommy made a nest of pillows and cushions, which you eagerly snuggled into. Your head was elevated so you could see the window. At least you could when you could keep your eyes open. Mommy sat beside the bed, still stroking your hand. Mom and I can take care of this. You just worry about getting enough sleep for tomorrow. I know it'll be another big day. Before you could even think of doing otherwise, you drifted off to sleep. Don't tell me this ends the moment early, because then I will have to restart. Yep. I'm gonna have to restart. Oh, but this moment was cute! I like that a lot. I've never seen that before, despite having like 300 hours in this game. Your moms weren't there right now. Wait a second. But does it matter? I'm not the type of kid to go sneaking around outside. It doesn't matter that much. We don't need to be Cove-centered. This was nice. This was fantastic. I'm actually not gonna go back. This was so cute. Hold on, sorry, where were we? When you woke the next morning, it took a few moments to remember the events from the night before. Your moms weren't there right now. I was really anxious when I wake up and nobody's there. Larps are over. Okay. Alright, bro. Alright, I'm sorry that I like to look for Cove in the game where the romance option is Cove. The main romance option is Cove. Oh my god. It worried you. You never saw Mom come back in, and now Mommy was gone too. What if something happened? Grab another weapon. You jumped out of bed and ran down the stairs, finding your parents already seated at the dining table. Mommy with a giant cup of coffee in her hands, and Mom with her notes and some papers. You were immediately relieved at the familiar sight.
How are you?
Good morning, honey. Were you able to sleep well? No. Oh, wow, it's an option. Yeah. I jumped out. Yeah. Yeah, that's some dumb shit, I'd say. Mommy smiled at you fondly, holding back a laugh.
How are you?
No more strange occurrences to report? Yeah, there was a weird kid out my window. We don't talk about that. My investigation didn't turn up anything either. It must have been more scared of us than we were of it and ran off. I think you might be right, Pam. Sit down and have some breakfast while the toast is still warm. What kind of topping would you like? Oh my god. Food. Peanut butter! Sure. Mommy slid the jar over to you and you dug in, grabbing a slice of toast and spreading the nutty smelling butter over it. Flicky number 2. I jumped out as a bottle of ketchup, and you were mustard. After breakfast, you decide to take a walk to the playground to get some fresh air. It's just Cove. They're like, why didn't you open the window? Your mom almost got me. What? As you headed towards the playground, taking off your shoes, so the soft... Oh my god, for real? So the soft hand squish... Sand hand? Why am I... That age is throwing me off. I can't read. The soft sand squish between your toes, you spotted a familiar head of green hair. Cove was sitting on one of the swings, but he wasn't swinging at all. And when you moved closer, you noticed that his eyes were closed. Bro? Bro, get up. Oh, I just punched myself. Bro, you shook him? You know what, yeah. Bro! You put a hand on his shoulder and gave him a good shake, waking him abruptly. He almost fell out of the swing. He didn't seem too happy about your particular brand of wake-up call. He ignored you while trying to settle his unstable seat. My bad. Then Cove yawned and pushed his glasses back up his nose, blinking sleepily against the bright sun. Wake up, sleepyhead. Cove yawned again and you raised an eyebrow at him. I'm tired. I didn't sleep very well last night. There were these weird noises outside. You looked at him in shock, your heart beating faster in your chest and your palms beginning to sweat. Could Cove have heard the same thing as you? What kind of noises? Cove was quiet for a moment, his nose crinkled in thought. Like, scratching? Like, clawing against the side of the house, trying to climb up it? Alright, bro. You push Ella. I did not push him. He didn't get pushed. He got shaken around a little. There are two differences. There are multiple differences, actually. He did not fall out of the swing. The terrifying description, though. What is this? Trying to climb up it? Yeah, no, I'm pushing him for real now if I hear this. I went outside to check. Oh. Really? That was brave? Yeah, no. No. What did you find? No. You did? That sounds like it was a risky idea. If there was a monster with claws, what were you going to do? I would have run away. Don't say things like you're my dad. Okay. Damn. Okay. Alright, Cove. That's cool. Taking it soon. Quick clip of just Cove's poorly, like, cut out PNG head over the "You're not my dad." Okay. Cove was annoyed, but you knew more than ever that you had been right to stay inside when you heard the noises too. What if something bad had happened to Cove? I was just asking. Did you find anything? Cove shrugged simply at the question, his mouth set in a grim line. Nothing. Whoa. I didn't know you said something, my bad. Then the sound stopped. Okay. That's good. And you're not dead. That's fan-freaking-tastic. You let out a breath, happy that Cove didn't have an encounter with anything sinister lurking in the streets. The thought of it really being nothing gave you comfort, and you knew you'd find it easier to sleep that night. After that, the rest of the afternoon went by pretty normally, with Cove and you spending a little more time at the park together. That was way too sync, bro. No, exactly. I said it, and I was like, oh. He said it too. My bad. I didn't mean to speak over your voice line. That evening, when it started to grow dark once more, you thought back on what Cove had told you, how he didn't find anything outside his house during the night. You held on to that memory, letting it comfort you and keep you brave when you went to bed, knowing that you had nothing to fear. Wow. Wait, I really like that. That was nice. That was a nice moment. Library. IIRC, that's what we're doing next, yes? Interrupted him, bro. My bad. My bad. I am just now realizing how late, like, chat is to me, which is insane. Chat is so late, and I think it's better on Twitch, but Twitch is a little scary. I'm thinking of switching over to Twitch, but that's like... You skipped to peak and then skipped all of peak. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, man? Okay. Good God, I'm already nearly done with one water bottle and we've only done one moment. Twitch is terrifying. I'm thinking about switching to Twitch, but it's like, I'm scared because people are obviously more active there, as well as bots and other scary things. No, I don't know. It might just not, yeah, don't do it. It might just not be my vibe. I don't know. Both, and no, too much to manage. This isn't like, you know, a thing that I want to be doing ever. Okay, moving on. Let's do library. Wait, did I save? Yeah, I did. Okay. I already forgot. Library. I can be your mod. Oh my god! My mod! Thank you, Annie! Thank you, user @Anixu. Oh my god. Okay, library. I'm gonna die. Jesus. I'm sorry. Every year, the Sunset Bird Memorial Library held a summer reading program. God, I think I am dead. I can't read. Your moms and Lizzie were big fans of it. Mom and Mommy because it encouraged reading, and Lizzie because she could win prizes. She's like me for real! She's like me for real! My Filipino twin for real! My streamer's gonna retire. Yeah, I'm gonna retire in like 2 minutes. Watch me. When it came to what you thought of having to read a bunch of books and then going to the library with a competitive Lizzie, Me! I did that! I did that growing up. I loved reading books, and to get a prize of, like, what? A bookmark and some scented erasers? Yes, please. I genuinely love that stuff. 8-year-old me? Hey, bro, you're being parasocial right now. Alright. Someone kick this guy out. Someone kick. Oh my god, wait. I can put you in timeout. I'm not gonna do that. Each time it had been one of the highlights of your summer, and you'd never been shy about letting your parents know that. My mic is like 5 billion miles away from me right now. I'm about to get up close and personal. I'm sorry in advance. You and Lizzie went with Shiloh. You and Lizzie went with Shiloh before, and this year you'd brought Cove too. Would have loved to read a book for a slice of pizza. Exactly. Oh my god. Dude. You just reminded me of in my 5th grade class. I don't even remember what the occasion would be. Our teacher would just sometimes be like, hey, you guys have been great. And she'd take down like a giant carton of goldfish from the top of the cupboard. And she'd be like, alright, everybody like get a napkin, and she'd pour the smallest servings. Oh my god. Timeout time? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta... You in my ear? Oh wow. Yeah, I'm in your ears. I'm about to make this experience a whole lot worse by bringing it up in person. Our life beginnings and always ASMR. Where I uncomfortably, good god, that gulp was audible. I know it was. That gulp of water was so audible. Where I uncomfortably whisper every single voice line. Teachers used to give us donuts and candies. What? I only got a teacher like that in middle school. And she would, for prizes, like, we'd get raffles. Raffles? Yeah, she'd do raffles, and we would get, like, ramen and sometimes other stuff as prizes. It's so good. ASMR time. Yeah. It's just me slamming my mic. Okay. I need to lock in. I'm already feeling myself fade away. His dad had been so over the moon about Cove being included that he'd driven all 4 of you. You had never been in Cove's dad's car before. It seemed a lot shinier than your mom's. After herding the group inside, Mr. Holden gave you all a wide wave with the arm that has a stingray on it. Have fun, kids. Stay inside of the librarians, you hear? I wish I could watch you in action, but your poor old dad has to finish up some work.
I got it.
Though I'm sure that won't get in the way. Heck, I'd probably hold your kids back. There's pointedly no reply from his son over what was likely meant as only a joke. Cove's dad seems to deflate a bit. This dude is tired. This man, hold on. I need to rearrange my tabs here. The great teacher was amazing. He'd give us candies and donuts and pizza parties. Ugh. Ugh. Spin-off Steven Universe, the movie mention. Yeah, exactly. Call me Spin-out the way I'm about to drift away. There's pointedly- wait, no, I read this already. I'll swing around again when this shindig ends. Yeah, you can go home now.
Aw.
Please leave. Oh, you don't have to throw me out the door, right? Your sister, already in full competition mode, cut him off. For once, Cove looked grateful she was there.
Come on!
Oh god. I'm not doing your voice, girl. We have to go find a table, Mr. Holden. You can talk to Cove after, when we win. Okay, see you in about an hour. Have fun. Did I say that already? My advanced stage is really catching up to me now. Oh, me.
Bye.
He's so tired. Bye, Dad. He's so angsty. Bye, son. He's angsty and he wants his dad out. Oh my god, I forgot Shiloh was here. I know they just mentioned him, but I forgot that he was here. Hello, Shiloh. The 4 of you watched him shuffle out of the library, glancing over his shoulder at Cove more than once. Drift away, Pink Diamond, then. Oh my god. Get this guy out of here. Maybe I will put you in timeout. Bye, Mr. Holden. Thank you for bringing us. Thanks, Lizzie. I don't know what you're thanking me for. Are you copying Shiloh? Distracted, Cove was already glancing around the gigantic library. I want to go explore. Try that Batman pick. What? I said I want to go look around and see what's in here. But the quiz starts soon. That's why we came. Wide at the first signs of conflict, Shiloh's eyes darted between Lizzie and Cove. Then you can do it without me, right? You don't need a bunch of people. Didn't your dad say to stay with the librarians? You shouldn't go somewhere by yourself. Alright, and suckers, this is a library. Now this is where I will roam freely. I didn't listen to this stuff as a kid. As long as it was, you know, a building and I wasn't going anywhere near, like, the exits or following strange people, I'm gonna roam. I'm gonna do what I want. Cove leveled an unimpressed stare at the both of them, then his eyes met yours.
Hey.
Yeah, let's go. Why are you looking at them? Koi's with us. Koi can come if they want to. Yeah, let's go. Cove's idea is more fun.
Seriously?
Yeah, let's go! Cove looked surprised, but happy at the same time. You talked about how much you enjoyed this on the ride over, so he probably hadn't been expecting you to side with him. I like reading. Not that much. Oh, fine, let's go, Shiloh. Okay. Her arms folded, your sister stormed off. Shiloh had to race to keep up with her. She cares a lot about that. Yeah, Lizzie gets really competitive. I can tell. Since you've been here a lot before, we could play hide and seek. Didn't you want to compete? Yeah. I like read. That's what I mean. I like reading. Not that much. Not all the time. If it's like, you know, doing the same thing again and again, we come here regularly for the competition, I'm gonna get tired. No. Not anymore. Hide and seek? Not exploring? Yep, if I'm searching for you and you're searching for me, we'll really have to look at everything. You weren't entirely sure of how effective that would be, but couldn't say he was totally wrong. This guy makes decisions on the spot. I'll hide first. Decision made, Cove took off toward the back of the library. You'd already agreed to play with him instead, so you covered your face and waited for 10 seconds. Poser? Alright. You know. For giggles. For giggles. Someone time this guy out. Oh my god, watching all of it live just dissipate. It's only for a minute. It's only for a minute. Don't worry. I didn't think it would remove everything. Oh my god. What is this? It took away every single comment. I'm so sorry. Okay. When you looked up again, he was nowhere to be seen. Damn. We're rewriting the document. I didn't think it would delete all of them. It's only for a minute. It should be gone. It should be. There we go. You're back. Welcome back. Welcome back in. You glanced over toward the way he went. Cove hadn't had much time to hide, but he was already invisible. I looked at this. I keep mistaking it for Weezer. The place you decided to check was... You know, when I used to, like, play this game religiously, I knew the choices on where to find them. Now I forgot them, and you know what? It don't matter. Peter Pan... Fairy Tale. That's what I'd look at. Evil fish, I'm about to cook you. I'll time you out for more. 1 minute was being generous. I'll do it again. Near the older kids section, there was a display with a bunch of fancy-looking books. They were old copies of old stories. Leaning over the Hans? I never know how to pronounce that. The Hans Christian Andersen section, hand resting on the glass above where the Little Mermaid and Thumbelina books were, you peered into a tiny corner. And there was Cove, seemingly lost in thought. I didn't think you'd find me so fast. Nice one. This is the first place I looked. Pouting, he dusted off his pants. Really? Really, really.
Okay.
Get your pen ready, bro. I'm getting the divorce papers ready. Somebody mute this guy. Your turn now. I'm gonna cover my eyes and count to 10. I promise I won't peek. While Cove had his eyes securely behind the palms of his hands, he went to go hide. Hans, like Hans from Frozen. Yeah. Like, when I hear people talk about Hans Christian Andersen, I hear them, some people pronounce it as Hans, and I'm like, ah, okay. So, once again, it's the different pronunciations. Please don't kill me. So excited the first time streamers are. Oh my god! Mooney, hello! Oh my gosh. Hello. Hello, Everinian. Oh wow, I needed that water bad. Okay. Oh, we're hiding, right, in the fantasy section. He'll never find me there. You know, in the place where I just found him. He'll never find me. But the stuffed animals is where I would go to. Fantasy section. You decided to hide from Cove in the fantasy section. He never really mentioned being interested in fantasy. Was that not where we just... He never really mentioned being interested in fantasy, so you had pretty good odds of hiding for a while there. If you didn't pay attention to it or read it much, he might just glance over it. And you were right, sort of. He left you waiting for a while. Oh my god. Long enough that you eventually pushed yourself to your feet to stretch your legs. Bro. Dude. You won the round, but Cove wasn't even trying. Over the edge of a shelf, you saw him standing and staring at a bunch of books. Hey. Oh, wow. Hey, you almost found me. Cove's shoulders tensed in alarm. Ugh.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna come find you soon. It's alright. No, it's not. Bro, look for me. I'm gonna be stuck here for freaking ever. I think some messages. Some. Hold on. You know, I'm going to screenshot this giant wall of deleted messages from Eddie in chat. Because this is so funny. Hold on, let me... Oh god. How do I... Good grief. Wow. I can't wait to post that. Okay. You gestured at the shelf full of books and the one in his hand that had clearly been taking up all of his attention. They're the Narnia Narnia! Oh my god, Narnia! I loved Narnia. They have talking animals and a magic land and intense fights. You hate me. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. I was testing out the feature. And you just so happened to be the only one there. And my mom used to read them with me. Oh. I'm shooting your biggest fan. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Incorrect. Oh. Her favorite one was Susan. You weren't sure what to do. You weren't sure what he would do. His mom was always a sensitive topic. But he tucked the book back on the shelf and that was all. It was nice the memories made him happy instead of sad this time.
Alright.
It's my turn again. Start counting so I can go pick a spot. Okay. Cove darted off before you even had a chance to fully close your eyes. 1 Mississippi. When the time was up, he was long gone. Again. But you touched on me, bro. You were the one that was talking! I'm sorry. I'll do it again! The guinea pig. Yeah, you were... It's in the contract, Annie. You had to be the guinea pig. There were still a lot of good places to hide, so you figured he was... Old Christmas stuff. The Willy Wonka statues? Terrifying. Kid detective? Oh yeah. Absolutely. Detective Conan was my stuff when I was a kid. Probably not what it's talking about, but still. Horson also cooked the fish, bro. Ooh. Wait, you figured he was probably near the poster with a gigantic image of a smirking kid detective. Cove could have hidden in the itty-bitty little reading area next to it. Glance, Junie B. Jones! Oh my god. I wrote the contract. It's in the contract now! Glancing past the poster itself briefly, your brain registered the words Junie B. Jones, don't call her Beatrice in big imposing letters. Oh my god, Junie B. Jones. Wow. I wasn't a Junie B. Jones reader, but I remember seeing all the books. Wow, that is a flashback. Oh my god. Did that stop? Is that still ongoing? I heard that Diary of a Wimpy Kid is still ongoing, which is insane. but Ginny B. Jones is... And Dork Diaries as well. God, Dork Diaries. I think Dork Diaries is still ongoing. Okay, you pause to stare at it for a second, thinking, why would I call her Beatrice if her name's Junie? Shaking your head to clear away the distraction, you tiptoed in to see who was sitting in the comfy chair. And sure enough, it was Cove. But he was so absorbed in the book he was reading that he hadn't even noticed you yet. Who is Junie B. Jones? It was like, at least for me, I'm assuming it goes the same for everybody. Like a really well-known childhood... Was it a chapter book? As I said, I never really read Junie B. Jones. The writer of the Diary of the Wimpy Kid. I don't know. Junie B. Jones is like her own character in the like childhood books and stuff. I don't know. I didn't read her stuff. I didn't read stuff for Junie B. Jones. Every time I say the name, I'm going to have an aneurysm. I think I'm already having. I don't think most people read while playing hide and seek. Cove glanced up at you in one rough motion. Oh, hi, Koi. I wasn't sure when you'd get here. It took a while. Oh, okay. I'll just leave. Not that long. It could have been worse, but it could have been better. Let's keep playing. I can still win. Junie B. Jones books are actually banned in a lot of schools. They are? What? I did not know that. Why? Wait, that's so strange. Is it like some of the stuff that she says, or like books were not English kid books were not popular here unless they're like Diaries of the Wimpy Kid. Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna say Junie B is like niche, but you know. He put his hands over his eyes, but before he could run off again, a librarian approached the two of you. Kids, I've been looking for you. Cove peeked between his fingers at the stranger. Us? You must be Cove. Your dad told me he was waiting by the entrance. Cove blinked, mouth opening like he was going to say something, then glanced down at his pink cast. It was a pretty clear giveaway. Yeah, they got banned in a lot of schools because parents thought she was a bad influence for their kids because of how she acted. Oh yeah, that... Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense now. Junie B. Jones was bad. I had no idea. The most I remember from the Junie B. Jones series are like, not even the series, I just remember like the illustrations on the books because I really liked the art. I wasn't really a fan of reading that stuff, nor Diary of the Wimpy Kid. I couldn't really get into that. The most like, you know, diary-esque childhood series I could get into was Dork Diaries. And is there another one? I think that was it. It was just Dork Diaries. Dork Diaries was my stuff back then. I loved that stuff. Oh my god. Water bottle number 2, bro. Is my sister Lizzie with him? She's taller than us and has orange hair. You're Koi, right? Orange hair, she's like me for real. I've got half of her head. You nodded. Phew, I found both of you at once. That's right, she's with him. And the little guy with freckles. Shiloh. Come on, let's go get you reunited so we can close up for the night. Ready to go home, you and Cove followed him up front, where the ragtag group of family members and Shiloh were all waiting.
Hey!
There you are! She was pouting. You could tell from all the way across the room, and it was only that much more obvious as you got closer. Junie B. Jones, I'll take myself out. No, Moody, don't! Did you win? We came in second! Hey, gang, I thought you'd have been with them the whole time, Cove. I'm glad you didn't just go off by yourself, at least. Cove glanced over at you, then back up at his dad.
Yeah.
Me too. A broad smile spread over Mr. Holden's face.
That's...
Even so, next time you should... Cove? Cove? Cove's dad glanced around, slightly frantic, but Cove, just like always, had snuck off without thinking to say anything. Oh, me. Oh, me for real. He's leaving! Cove's trying to be the first one to the car! With a sudden burst of speed, Lizzie darted for the exit, still in Victor to be mode, even for something like a race to ride in the front seat. There was nothing else for the three of you to do except head after them, pretending the librarians hadn't noticed all the commotion. Mooney doesn't get timed out, but I do. Why would I time out Mooney? I already know how the timeout option works. Though Lizzie had been victorious in claiming a window seat in the car, you could tell by her crossed arms and occasional pout that she still had not forgiven your betrayal. My bad. I'm the favorite. Hey, I'll time both of you out. I'll time both of you out for 30 seconds. Look in the corner and think, bro. Covid sighed when he had to sit in the middle after Lizzie shot past him at the last second, but he cheered up some as you hopped in the back seat next to him. Did you say you came in second place? That's some good going.
No.
No, it's not. She levied another glare at you over her shoulder.
Sure.
My bad, Lizzie. I like the competition. I'm not doing it again for the nth time. Striving to improve is good, too. I open the doors, I'll see myself out. Oh my god. That makes Koi the winner in your family. Damn. Someone's gotta be.
What?
Huh? Koi kept finding me in our game. I lost. We need a rematch. Hide and seek with just you two? That doesn't even count as winning.
Why?
Why not? It's not special. There's no judges or prizes. You eyed the seat that she'd fought so hard to win. That wasn't much of a prize either. Dad? Yes? You could see Cove's dad's eyes in the rearview mirror, suddenly attentive at his son's call. We need a prize. Oh, as a matter of fact, Mr. Holden focused intently on the road ahead as though a suitable reward to please Cove might appear before him.
Right.
Right, the big thing on the flyer for this was the chance to get a free pizza coupon, wasn't it? How about I call up a takeout place and we can have pizza at home for dinner? Lizzie huffed, pulling her arms closer to her chest. Is Mom even gonna let you take a pizza from Mr. Holden? Hey! Free food. We'll see. I'll ask her. I'll talk to all of your moms about this. You whooped.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shiloh. Thanks, Mr. Holden. Side-eyeing. Every chance I get when I hear Shiloh. Yeah, thanks, Dad. You're welcome. I do what I can. But you really should have stuck with the group. Ah, whatever. The quiz would have been fun. Yeah, no. That was the plan when I dropped you off. We stayed together and didn't leave the library. I'm glad for that. I am. Well, there's a lot of trouble you can get into even if you do have a buddy along for the ride. Just be careful next time. I'm gonna jump Shiloh. He's not even in the scene right now, but I'm gonna jump him. I'm just chill, it's okay. I worry about you, and I bet Koi's parents wouldn't want them to run off unexpectedly either, okay, son?
Okay.
Thank God he said it for me. That's my boy. Now enough guff from your old dad. Let's decide what kind of toppings we're gonna get. Pepperoni! Oh, she's just like me. Clearly only Shiloh's voice, or are we no longer doing voices? I would do voices. But right now, no. We've only done like one moment so far, and it was shortened because I didn't even go see Cove. And my throat's already halfway dead. Flashbacks to run away with that line. Oh my god. Pepperoni. Sounds good. Anything else? And the conversation continued from there, with debates on what was best to put on a pizza for the rest of the drive. I'm not doing voices. I'll die if I do voices right now. Mr. Holden wanted anchovies, and the other 3 kids in the car had to band together to explain how gross they were. The way Cove's dad laughed up in the front seat made you wonder if he was doing it on purpose. You'd had a fun day already, but closing it out with the promise of a free pizza after all, and more time to hang out with Cove made it even sweeter. It was a shame that you hadn't been able to do the quiz, but skipping it for just 1 year didn't hurt. It was worth it. Yeah, there we go, exactly. Okay. Now we gotta clear these 2 out, okay? We gotta clear more Peek out. I don't remember what happens in Sandcastle. I'm supposed to be drawing? Then draw! W rage with those anchovies. Anchovies. Give it a hot second, bro. Is it just me or... Okay, no, the music's at the right volume. Now we do sleepover. Bro! I'd like to finish this top, bro. Oh my god, we're just jumping to sleepover? Oh my god. I mean, okay. This is getting very... Oh my god, you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's jump over to sleepover. Why not?
Okay.
The Pamela jump scare. Oh my god. The rat yearns for sleepover. The fish yearns for something. Alright, kids, we're done with dinner. Come to the table. Your stomach grumbled right on time, as if it had heard your mom's words. You halted your game and looked over. Mom was almost done setting the table. She was walking around the mahogany wood in the process of putting down cutlery. Mommy was still in the kitchen, humming under her breath as she turned off the stove and put empty pots in the sink to wash. What is up with my... Sorry about that. I'm, like, tweaking with stuff right now. And I have nothing crazy. 8 in the morning. Oh my god! Before noon. Nice hour for you, Mooney. From beside you, Lizzie stirred, uncrossing her legs and standing up. She stretched her arms above her head. Finally, I'm ready to eat! Then she cast a sly glance in your direction. You recognize that look. Last into the table is a rotten egg. Lizzie's getting jumped immediately. I'm schmovin'. I haven't... But it was too late. Lizzie had already bolted towards the kitchen. Yeah, I'm hauling. You try to catch up to her. She was all but daring you to give chase. You planted a hand against the ground to jump to your feet. For a moment, you stumbled, but you righted yourself easily enough, then rushed after her. Bro hit us. What? I said that prematurely, oops. Oh my god. Though there wasn't really time to close the gap. Lizzie! It was a short distance to the kitchen table. Lizzie managed to get there easily enough, slapping a hand over the wood. Mom moved just before Lizzie could bump into her. With an exasperated sigh, she resumed her work. I win again. 'Cause you cheated. I didn't cheat. Yeah, you did. You ran before me! Yeah, 'cause that's how racing works. The one who starts first wins for... Damn it, she's right! God, she makes sense. Don't... What? Okay. You know, I'm just gonna close chat. That isn't true. That sounds like something a rotten egg would say. Lizzie grinned, her hands on her hips, then looked over your shoulder. Cove, you can be the tiebreaker. Was that a real race that I totally won? This dude better be biased towards me in this friend route. I swear to God he better be biased to me. You blinked. You hadn't noticed what he had been doing during this little event, which wasn't much. You spotted Cove still on the floor. His legs were oh, God, that's a period. You spotted Cove still on the floor. His legs were crossed beneath him, the arm with a cast resting in his lap. He looked at the two of you with a slight frown. It felt sort of strange to see him here, see him still here so late. Oh my god. On an opinion, do I make an MC doll for the player to customize? Ooh, yeah, definitely. An MC doll is, like, huge already and enough in, like, visual novel stuff. I say yay. Tonight, Cove had come to your house for a sleepover. Your moms and his dad had planned it a few days ago. Ooh, sleepover. I was the kid growing up where I wasn't allowed to sleep over at other people's houses, but people could sleep over at ours. My parents did not trust other people's places, but they were like, yeah, sure, come here. I'm surprised you were the ones that made you nervous. Basically, sleepovers are regular to me. You weren't surprised. You'd been the one who asked your moms. Yeah, probably. Probably what 8-year-old me would do. You weren't surprised. You were the one who had asked your moms about it. They had told you they would ask Mr. Holden. You looked forward to it since the moment you found out he agreed. And you even helped Mom search the storage room for a sleeping bag and extra bedding to prepare for his visit. Cove pursed his lips at Lizzie's question, but he didn't respond. Maybe he was planning on ignoring her. Not that Lizzie would make it easy.
Come on.
Well, did I win or what? He better be biased. He better be biased. I swear to God, that boy better be biased. My parents refused to let me sleep over and refused to let me have any. Ugh! I can't believe it. I'm getting them. Did I win or what?
No.
Thank God. Did I win? What? I don't think you won. How come? It's not my fault, Koi Slow. Okay. Okay, Lizzie, when I get you, cheating's cheating and cheaters never win.
You always pick their side.
Yeah! 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 Cove snuck a shy peek at you before answering her. I pick them and they pick me. Yeah! Yeah! There we go. He's biased. Good. You're a couple of rotten eggs then. That's bestie right there. That's enough. Nobody here is a loser or a rotten egg. You're each farm fresh. Which is a sentence I never thought I'd say.
All right.
Now listen to Mom and come sit at the table for dinner. All three of you. You and Lizzie obeyed, sitting across from each other at the edge of the table. Lizzie blew a raspberry at you when Mom turned her back. Lizzie, when I get you... Two can play at that game. You stuck your tongue out right back. MC does. Oh my god. I never had sleepovers. Oh my god. Are we crushes with Cove? No, we are... a platonic of friends. What settings do I have? Direct and whatever the non-crush option is. Yeah, just friends. No one in chat went to a sleepover. Bro, what the heck? When Mommy pointedly cleared her throat, though the two of you When Mommy pointedly cleared her throat, though, two of you stopped. Your parents brought the last of the food. Then they took seats further down the table instead of sitting right next to you and Lizzie. Only Cove was left out. He had stood up from his spot on the floor, but he hadn't made a move towards the kitchen. Cove, you can sit too. Slowly, he eyed the 4 seats that were left. Thanks to the new seating arrangement your parents chose, one free chair was beside you, another next to Lizzie, and the last 2 were on the other side of where your moms were sitting. Yeah, I'd... What you just did for Raph made me laugh. What? I think I'm dying. Sit next to me. Cove's gaze met your blue... Oh god, Weezer blue eyes. You smiled. Briefly, he grinned back. He walked over, pulled out the chair next to yours, and sat down. You were glad he wanted to sit with you. He just needed to know it was okay. God, I'm getting distracted, sorry. Now that everyone was situated, Mommy began to pass out plates.
Okay.
I keep getting distracted, guys. I don't... I've got school tomorrow. I've got school tomorrow and it's midnight. Cause it's my birthday. What audio am I thinking of right now? Things are happening to me. I'm a little bit out of it. I need to drink water. Sorry about that. Dig in, kids. I cooked a little bit of everything for dinner tonight. Be sure not to avoid all of the veggies.
Ugh.
Yes, Mom. Each person at the table served themselves, except for one. Cove hesitated again. He fidgeted with his hands clamped on the top of his knees. He didn't seem very comfortable doing stuff in someone else's house. One dish seemed to have his eye, at least. That's pineapple chicken. Want to try some? Pineapple. Not really, sorry. By then, your moms had noted that Cove still had nothing on his plate as well. Do you not like any of the food, honey?
Well...
Maybe he hasn't tried Hawaiian food before. He hasn't? Wow. Please don't talk with your mouth full, Lizzie. Lizzie swallowed the bite she was eating, then she spoke again. I was so out of it. Yeah, no, things have been happening, bro. You should try it now. She turned to Cove dramatically. Unless you want to shrink. That's what happens if you miss a meal. Uh-oh. Elizabeth, that's not true. You know that. Cove squirmed under all the attention. He fidgeted with a fork between his fingers. I've had some things, just not any of this.
Oh, shoot.
I knew I should have asked your dad what your favorite foods were. It's alright, Lonnie. Maybe I'll find a new favorite today. You weren't so sure about that. Cove didn't look like he was going to be trying the food anytime soon. Give me your plate. I gotta lock in on what I would have done. What would I have done, 12 years ago, bro? Give me your plate is such a funny option, though. Give me your plate! Cove was a little confused by your request, but he handed it to you anyway. Gross out of it, hydrate your fish. Yeah, no, I'm chugging water. I've almost cleared like a good amount already. You took the plate from him and piled only the best foods on it. He watched you work intently, his good hand shoved underneath his leg. When you were satisfied with the amount on his plate, you returned it. You should like some of these.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Good job.
12, you're so old. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That was very kind of you, Koi. You puffed your chest out at the praise. At first, Cove poked at the food. Clearly, he was apprehensive to eat something new, but he took a few exploratory bites.
Right?
It's good, huh? Isn't it? You don't have to keep asking. the bite Brill has in this step. I forgot how much he was so like whatever, we're done. No, you don't have to keep asking. He still speared more meat with his fork and ate it, chewing thoughtfully. It's not bad. Mommy grinned at his words, satisfied, even though it wasn't exactly a glowing commendation. I can't even read, man. Oh my god. Lizzie wasn't as mollified. You're so weird. Don't be mean to your friend. We're not friends. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh! Mommy floundered in the face of Cove's blunt honesty. You weren't surprised by Cove's declaration. The more you got to know him, the more you realized he wasn't the type of kid to keep his opinions to himself. In the end, you supposed that if the two of them didn't want to be friends, you couldn't force them to be. So sassy in step one. Yeah, absolutely. I forget some of these lines where he's just like, like, wow, okay. Alright, bro. This is... God. Such hashtag advanced English. Yeah, and I'm... in my defense times 2, I'm gonna die, so, like... You hoped Cove thought of you as a friend. Didn't he just say? He just said we were cool, yes? Oh yeah, 2 of you were friends, yeah. You knew that without a doubt. The way he felt about Lizzie didn't change it. When you gave Cove a look, he returned a small smile, confirming your thoughts. Your mommy looked at Mom and only got a shrug.
No.
Elizabeth, don't call someone weird. There's no such thing as a weird person and a non-weird person. There's just different perspectives. It's not a nice thing to say to someone, anyone, but Pam. Mommy tried to whisper exclusively to Mom. Her attempt to make it audible over the sounds of clinking silverware meant you caught the quiet words anyway. They're not friends, he said so. As parents, we can only try, and sometimes we fail. Not all kids will be thick as thieves. English isn't our first language. Exactly. Now less talking and more eating, kids. You need to clean up and start winding down for bed soon. Good lord. I heard the "but" voice line and I felt everything hurt. But Mom! No buts, we've talked about this. Your bedtime will be moved back in a few years. For now, you don't get to stay up late. Lizzie sulked, muttering under her breath. I know it's like 8 p.m. It's like 7, 8 p.m. God, going to bed at 7 or 8. Lizzie sulked, muttering under her breath about how it wasn't right. Yeah. I didn't like going to bed early as a kid. I still don't like going to bed early now. I don't like it. Except these days I'm a little bit more tired, so sometimes I do go to bed at 8. And it's weird because then I wake up at 1 in the morning and I'm like, oh, what time is it? And I think it's 1 p.m. I think it's 1 p.m. and I'm like, wow, I overslept. It's not. I've only slept for like 4 hours. You groaned about it as well. It seemed way too early to go to sleep.
Isn't that great?
The sooner you sleep, the sooner a brand new day will be here. I think that's pretty exciting. You weren't sure you agreed. The rest of dinner passed by uneventfully. Cove was silent for most of it, even when you nudged him and tried to get him to talk. All too soon, the table was cleared, the games in the living room were put away, and you were all steered to your bedrooms. Mom finished tucking you in and kissed your brow just as Mommy poked her head in the room. All ready for lights off, you two? You were lying comfortably in your bed, the blanket hiked up under your armpits. You could kick it off later if it got too hot. Mom had set up the sleeping bag on the floor for Cove, just beside your bed. He had already wiggled inside. We are.
Good night.
Perfect. I'll go say goodnight to Lizzie then. Mom tweaked your nose, chuckled when you squawked in annoyance, and left. Mommy took her place sitting on the edge of your bed.
Sweet dreams.
Oh my god, thank God she said it for me. She pressed a soft kiss on your forehead. You giggled as strands of her hair fell forward and tickled you. Mommy smiled down affectionately at you, then okay. Alright. Then mogged me, I guess. She smiled and then she mogged me as she left the room. Then moved her attention to Cove, who watched from a spot on the floor. Do you need anything before falling asleep, honey? What does your dad do? What is this? 8 + 4 = 1. What is this reference and why do I not understand it? Oh my god. Sometimes he picks me up and lifts me really high and he shakes his hands like he's gonna let go, but he catches me again. He keeps doing that until sometimes he does drop me on my bed, or other times he lowers me down and we pretend like I'm crashing. First, I lose English. Ugh. Cove had become pretty excited when talking about the nightly ritual he and his dad shared. He seemed to realize how animated he was and bashfully quieted. But I don't want to do that here.
Aww.
Oh, how fun! Though I think you're right in that it might not be a good idea to do that tonight. The sleeping bag might not be a soft enough landing. If there's anything else, you can always ask me or Koi's other mom. But I'm the nicer one. Just don't tell her that. She laughed good-naturedly and stood up.
Take care.
Sleep well, Cove. Night. Leaning against the door jamb, she rested a hand on the light switch and looked to you. Math not mathing. Okay, Okay, I just be saying times. Okay, I'm... I didn't say I did math, I just wake up. I wake up when I wake up, and I usually end up sleeping for like 4 hours, 5 hours. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. With a last smile, Mommy turned off the lights and stepped out, closing with the bedroom door behind her. You listened to her footsteps fade as she walked down the hallway. But even as the sound vanished, your eyes stayed open. It was so exciting to have Cove spending the night. Hey, Cove, you're my friend. You're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later. Oh my god. Oh, thanks, you're my friend too. He was just like, okay. You started when Cove sighed deeply. You turned your head to look in his direction. In the dark, you could only see a faint outline of a lump under the covers. Cove? Could you be less loud? Stop that. Wait, what was that? Nothing, I can't sleep. Why not? He shifted, or at least you thought he did. You couldn't see anything since your eyes were still adjusting to the dark, but you heard a sleeping bag rustle. I want to be in my bed. Oh, me. He's so real. I would sleep over at my aunt's sometime when I was a kid. And it's the thing that everybody gets when you're not sleeping in your own bed. And it's weird. God. Oh. Cove sat up. Your eyes had gotten used to the low light level so you could see him better. He got out of the sleeping bag, wobbled towards your side table, and pulled open the top drawer. Bro? What is it? I'm getting my glasses. Oh, his glasses. Why are they in the drawer? You sat up too, watching as he reached inside. He paused for a second, then pulled his hand out. Instead of his glasses, though, he was holding a book. Cove turned it around in his hands, trying to figure out the proper orientation for it. You knew even without reading the title which one it was. That was one your moms would read to you. It was special. Be careful, that's mine. What are you doing with that? Relax, why are your glasses in the drawer? Put them on the nightstand. Who puts them in the drawer? Cove shrugged, squinting at the newly found cover in the dark. I just thought it looked cool. The compliment he afforded your special book had you grinning, your confusion forgotten. It is really cool.
Oh?
Oh yeah, what's it about? It's a story about a squire who wants to become a knight and there's magic. Squire who wants to become a knight. Does it have mermaids? No, but Sword in the Stone. Squire, knight, Merlin. I can hear the intro music. Oh my god. There's a dragon in it? Oh yeah. Hello, Merlin. There's a dragon in it and crazy things happen. The squire tries to kill her because the king wants the dragon dead, so they have this fight. But the squire finds out the dragon's really nice. They decide they don't want to fight her after all, so the two of them become friends instead. Mordred? Why? Oh my god. I hate and despise sleeping in someone's bedroom. Yup, exactly. Skedaddle for now. Oh my god. Thank you for popping in, at least for a little bit, Mooney. Where am I? Cove looked excited by her words. He flipped the book over and focused at the backside summary. He must be pretty interested in it. You were reminded of the hours you'd spent hearing the tales. No matter how many times you read it or had it read to you, you were still entertained by the story and pictures inside. You glanced out the window. The moon was high in the sky. We're reading the book. I'm not going to bed. You climbed out of bed and padded over to your side table. You opened it and rummaged around, pushing aside stuffed toys and crayons. Cove called out to you in a confused whisper. What are you doing? You didn't respond, letting the suspense build instead. You let out a quiet cry of victory when you found what you were looking for. You jumped back onto the bed before any hidden boogeymen could catch you unaware. Boogeyman. Cole continued to, I can't wait to get, shield your eyes. I can't wait to get flashbanged in this CG. Cove continued to watch as you wiggled your way beneath the blanket you discarded earlier. You pulled it up over your head. Shh, get under here already. Bring the book too. After a minute, the bed dipped as Cove got on it, then the blanket shifted. You fiddled with the flashlight in your grip, feeling for the switch. Jesus! With a click, the small space flooded with a bright light. Cove sputtered, putting a hand up to shield himself from the beam. Move it somewhere else! Oops. You tilted the flashlight so that it shone directly on his face, giggling. Hey! You shifted again, making it shine down. You adopted an innocent expression when Cove scowled at you. Now we can read, and my moms won't know. Imagine the scroll gif here. Exactly. Me just now. He said that he shielded his eyes away. Yeah, me too. I know I just gave a warning, but I also flinched at the sudden bright light. I do this all the time. I mean, yeah. I did this specifically. I read late at night as a kid. Under a blanket, though? Not really. It got too stifling for me. I always pretend to sleep when mom or mommy check on me, and I've never been caught. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's fun. Do you want to try? Cove nodded. Pleased by his straightforward response, he placed the book between you and flipped it open to the first page. Meanwhile, he laid down on his belly and shuffled closer, picking up the flashlight to shine it on the pages. His face was illuminated with a warm glow. You mirrored his position, leaning in so you could see the book better. Your foreheads nearly brushed until you shuffled back a comfortable distance. I'm looking at the pictures, bro. You flipped through the pages to show Cove cool pictures. Look, you passed through the book rapidly, stopping at a familiar picture. The Ash baby. I need... Cove, step 1 Cove redraw of the Ash baby. That's what I need to see. Cove sucked in a breath at the sight, leaning in closer to inspect it. The whole page was dedicated to the drawing. In it, the squire was battling the dragon. It was before the two of them would realize that they have a lot in common and should be friends. The squire was bringing their sword down on the dragon with all their might, but the dragon managed to hold them back using a giant clawed hand.
Wow.
Thank God he said it for me. Isn't it cool? Oh, and there's another one like this too. You resumed flipping through the pages, only pausing on the next art piece. This is the part where the squire and the dragon fight the king and his knights. The two of you read the book in fits and starts, focusing more on the detailed images. Cove wasn't annoyed, though. He looked enthralled. His eyes were following the text, a soft smile lighting up his features. A lock of his hair fell into his field of vision, but he gave it no notice. He was lost in the story. You started when Cove caught you watching him. He raised a questioning eyebrow. What? Nothing. Cove shot you a strange look, but he went back to the book. You did too, even as your eyelids started to droop. So bright. When your eyes opened again, your bedroom was pitch black and silent. Your head was smushed in your pillow, your pajamas were sticking to you, and your mouth was dry. Slowly, you raised yourself onto your elbows. You yawned, the back of your throat twinging as you did so. You rolled onto your side to sit up in bed, planning on getting water from the kitchen, when you saw a dark shape towering above you. Jeez, oh my god. You froze, then you remembered you weren't alone in your room tonight. Cove, that you?
Yeah.
Jesus. Terrifying. You shifted and felt something cylindrical press against your thigh. You fumbled for it, the familiar weight of the flashlight pressed into your palm. You turned it on. Cove blinked at you, looking exhausted. He was in his normal clothes again, shoes and everything. His pajama pants were left on the floor, abandoned. His sleeping bag was in a similar state. What is it? Can't sleep. I keep waking up. Oh, he's so me. Did you have a bad dream? He shook his head from side to side. No, just can't sleep. It's weird here. You frowned. You'd help your moms redecorate it only a few months back. I like my room. It's not that it's bad, I just always sleep in my bed. In my room. That made things a little clearer. It wasn't anything that you'd done. Cove couldn't sleep in a new place. You wondered how long it took for Cove's bedroom in his new house to not be weird to him. Probably a while. I'm gonna go. What? That shook off the last of your doziness. He was going to walk outside back to his own house? This time of night? All by himself? He noted your shocked expression and looked at you with resolve. My dad will let me in, and I've gone outside late before, and I have to go. Bro. My parents? I need to tell my moms? No, I don't want you to. I'll just leave. My dad can call them in the morning. You knew that you could just let him go, but something inside you was saying that wouldn't be the right thing to do. It's too late for you to go outside on your own. It'd be bad. Cove grumbled quietly, though stayed put. Okay, you can tell them. I'll wait. Good. When you crept into their room, Mom was still up reading in bed while Mommy had already fallen asleep. When Mom woke Mommy up, they were both surprised to hear that Cove wanted to leave, and the two of them followed you back to your room to see him.
Sweetie.
He's only across the street, maybe 15 steps away. I mean, hey, he's also 8. So, Cove, are you alright, sweetie? Oh my god. Are you alright, sweetie? Have I never seen this? I don't think I have. Is there anything we can do to help? Mommy sounded tired after having just woken up, but she smiled at Cove kindly. Cove shook his head firmly, not meeting anyone's eyes as he did so. I just want to go home. I don't think I've ever seen their pajama sprites. This is new to me. Playing this game for a long time and things are still new to me. We're sorry you don't feel comfortable staying. How about you come downstairs with us and we'll call your dad to get you? Maybe 15 steps away? I don't know. And ask the States. Ask the States. Maybe we can be 15 steps away. Cove headed towards the door. He stopped halfway there and turned back to you. Bye, Koi. And sorry. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Cove. You watched as he shuffled past your mom's and out of the room, and Mom turned to you before leaving. Alright, off to sleep, kiddo. We'll make sure Cove is taken care of. Good night again. Good night, Koi. You listened to the sounds of their footsteps on the stairs as you huddled back down in bed, pulling your blanket up around your shoulders. You were sad that Cove wanted to leave. You thought the two of you were having a good time, but you understood that it might be hard to sleep somewhere other than your own bed. Eventually, your eyes started getting heavy, and with a loud yawn, you finally got comfortable in your bed and drifted off to sleep. The next morning, you were woken by the sound of Mom's voice and a soft shake on your shoulder. Koi, wake up. It's time to get up and at 'em. The sun was peeking through your curtains. Curtains? There's curtains? And you rubbed at your eyes as they adjusted to the new light. Mom sat down on the bed next to you. You blinked at her for a moment, confused, until you caught the empty sleeping bag on the ground and remembered what had happened during the night. Mr. Holden came over to pick up Cove and take him home. You should have seen his hair when he turned up, half asleep. It was even messier than Mommy's in the morning. She chuckled at the thought, and you could tell she was trying to make you feel better about the whole situation, so you smiled back at her.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us know that Cove wasn't feeling good, Koi. That was a nice thing to do. There's definitely blinds. There's blinds! I don't know about curtains. You nodded in agreement, and Mom went on to say that maybe once Cove started to feel more comfortable that he could try and sleep over again sometime. You smiled, looking forward to another chance to show him how fun your house could be. The next time you saw Cove and Mr. Holden, they both apologized for Cove having left so suddenly. You assured them that it was okay. In the end, the two of you and your parents were eventually able to move past the ill-fated sleepover. It had all been a learning experience, according to the adults. You could accept that. There were definitely things you learned from it. Oh my god. There's 4 moments left. We have done 3. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try to push through a good chunk of this. Jesus, my back. My back, I say. 20 years old, by the way. I'm gonna try to push through step 1, and then I think once I finish the epilogue of step 1, then I'm going to call it. Hopefully. And now we end summer. I'm going to jump you, Annie. I'm gonna jump you. You're next. Alright, Sandcastle. What was I doing? I'm so freaking out of it, man. I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna do Sandcastle, and then I'm gonna take a break. And then we'll do the rest of this, and then epilogue. What is Sandcastle? Oh my god, I forgot to save. Where am I? Okay, that's what I do. I love saving. Sandcastle. What is Sandcastle? I forget this one. Cove wasn't able to do many things that summer. When you, him, and Shiloh sat out on the... Oh, Shiloh! No! I don't think I like this one. I don't think I like this one. Okay, I need to sit. Tried to warn you. I fear chat is like 5 years late. I didn't see don't forget to save until I was in the moment. Cove wasn't able to do many things that summer. When you, him, and Shiloh sat out on the shoreline one bright morning, you could tell he wanted to be in the water. But there was no way he'd be swimming anytime soon. Not with his cast. The waves washed a single shell to shore, glittering in blue, another reminder of the places he couldn't go. From what you'd heard about Cove's old life so far, in tiny pieces and fragments, you could tell that he'd do anything to be able to get the cast off. Even cut it off himself if he could. You thought about how his summer last year must have been totally different from this, with his old home and his mom and dad. But now he was here, with you and Shiloh and Lizzie and everyone else, and he couldn't even go in the sea. This town wasn't bad, it had all your favorite things in it, but sitting there on the same beach you'd grown up on, on the same beach you'd grown up on, you could understand that not everybody else felt the same way about Sunset Bird as you did. You watched him from the corner of your eye, quietly, and he finally said aloud what you had been pondering. I wish I could go in. The water? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Shiloh's voice is completely... It's not, you know, gonna happen for me. Never gonna happen right now. I'm sorry, you're gonna be able to do it soon. Cove only sighed in response. Apparently soon wasn't soon enough. It's so pretty, the ocean. Mm-hmm, and huge. There could be anything out there, like mermaids.
Yeah.
He's right! He's right! He's right. I'm fine here on land. Mermaids aren't real? No. I don't really care. What are these responses, bro? Swimming might be fun. I am still, to my age, not allowed to step too far into the beach, bro. And even I, right now, I do not want to step too far into the water in a beach. Absolutely not. Oh, she didn't have a cast. I'm fine here on land. Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine here on land. Alright. I had to input. Obviously not interested in hearing much more of your input on the situation. Cove turned back to the water. Alright, I'll just jump. I'll drown, Cove. But as he looked away, something about Shiloh's slow, careful movements caught his eye. Hey, are you building a sandcastle? Sort of. I was only playing around while you were talking. I'm listening. Maybe I could too. I've only made big piles before. It's really nothing special. I'm sure you'll be good at it right away. Well, how do you do it then? The fish can't swim. The fish is bad at swimming. Shiloh's cheeks lit up. You could tell he was a little bit uncomfortable to have Cove's expectant stare on him. I'll play too. I've never really made one before. I have before. And I'm no professional. I too have only made piles in the rare occasions I've gone to a beach. There's nothing else to do. Yeah, no, I've never really made one before.
Okay.
Thank God he said it. He put his hands back to his seashells and sand and nodded. I don't do a lot. Here's how I like to get a house started. Shiloh, focusing more intently than you'd ever seen him, guided the two of you through his process. Is Cove allowed to play with sand with his cat? Probably not. Most certainly not. It didn't take long for the three of you to each have humble structures prepared. That's all, kind of. You can do anything now, like make it bigger, add some seashells, carve a pretty pattern. I bet you'll have great ideas.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it bigger. Mine's gonna be a real castle. Jesus, my allergies are kicking in, bro.
Okay,
oh, my
cool.
bad. Cool, this is gonna be a house. Looking at the base of your sandcastle, you decided to make a mansion. Is crazy. It's a sandcastle, bro. It's a sandcastle. Wait, what is going on here? Okay, I'm getting distracted. Looking at the base of your sandcastle, you decided to build a fancy castle. First time I saw the DLC moments. Oh my god. The better part of the next hour was spent focusing on your own work. The boys were the same. Even Shiloh didn't sneak as many peeks at everyone else as he usually did. Oh my god, you'd finished shaping before either of them did, glancing up from what you built. This is peak! I always build a sandcastle because I'm #2. Oh, me. Me too! We're both different. It seems you got done so fast because they already searched around for extra decorations. Shiloh had grabbed most of the really interesting stuff, and Cove had a lot of the shells, but there were still options. The first thing you reached for was, a mansion. Never mind! You're not twin! You are #different! I lied! You're better! Great piece of sea glass, blue seashell. Yeah. Sea glass. It was the best fit for your castle, you decided. Also a mansion chooser. Oh my god. You guys are twin. The blue color of it still reminded you of the clear water. So you displayed it front and center, making it a headlining feature of your whole thing. Pleased with your result, you finally took a proper look around that wasn't focused on the sand itself. Both Cove and Shiloh seemed super immersed still. You knew you could probably sneak a peek at either one's work. If anybody thinks we're gonna be looking at Shiloh's, you are wrong! The castle Cove had built looked surprisingly tidy, especially for someone in a cast. He must have worked really hard. Because we're what? He wasn't even finished digging the huge gaping moat in front, but it was already enormous. You got the sense from the enthusiasm he was digging with that the doctor was probably going to find a bunch of sand when he finally removed the pink plaster. The silence was then broken. What's on the top of yours, Shiloh? You peeked closer and discovered something shiny sticking out of Shiloh's sand chimney. Oh, it's just a gum wrapper. It looks like smoke.
Neat.
It's good. That's smart. You should be an architect. Yeah, I didn't think of that. You really know a lot about this. Shiloh smiled without a word. And that was that for the current topic. McCoy, can I see what you did? Sure. He scooted just a bit nearer and began surveying your work. The castle you'd built was pretty impressive, all things considered. It had archways, tall walls, and even a little moat circling it. You'd probably feel safe living there. Maybe your moms were the queens. Shiloh quickly decided to jump in the new conversation. Hey, Koi, what did you do? It's a castle? We ended up looking at Shiloh's anyway. Yeah, but we didn't have to look at it for too long. Shiloh didn't look so happy anymore. You both built castles? Yeah? And?
Aw.
That's neat how you guys match. It's too bad we didn't all do it. Next time we should. Wouldn't that be boring? If something is only one of that thing, that makes it special. Yeah, for sandcastles and stuff. People too. My dad always says how everybody is their own man, a real individual. A real individual. I don't think I'm very special.
Why?
Why not? Nobody else is you. Bars. Shiloh simply shook his head. I'm not different. A beat passed between the two. Cove then looked down at his own work again. Okay. Alright. That's on you. He didn't seem to be bothered, leaving the disagreement hanging there. Cove had other things in mind. My dad tried to get me to make sandcastles the first time we came to this beach. I didn't want to. Cove trailed off. Again, there was another moment of silence. Shiloh shifted and opened his mouth to say something, but Cove spoke up before he could. You didn't think he noticed that Shiloh was going to talk. Hey, do you know what happened when your moms met my dad, Koi? You cocked your head thinking about it briefly. I wasn't there, they didn't tell me. I just remember what happened when I met your dad. Mr. Holden had been no weird stranger then. Well, he still kind of was. Well, he was still kind of strange. No other parent acted like him, but you knew him better at this point. Now that you thought about it, it made a lot of sense that Cove's dad talked to him about people being unique. You were pulled from your thoughts when Cove continued.
Oh.
Well, I was there. I don't think my mom has met your dad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she hasn't. Cove's parents and my dad met the same day I met them. I'm gonna say what happened. Shiloh frowned to himself, ducking his head. His hat cast a shadow over his face. You could still tell he was upset not being included in Cove's choice of topic. That was kind of boring for him, though giving people their own turn to say the things they want is important too. Oh, now I'm locking in again. What would have 8-year-old me done? Nah, no. I know exactly what 8-year-old me would have done. Cove is a hater. Yes, he is. The spectrum is shining through him right now. It's like a prism. You stayed silent and let Cove finish his story. Yeah, let him talk. Shiloh could talk about stuff after Cove had a chance to share what he planned on. When we moved here, we didn't bring a lot of things with us, only some stuff that would fit in Dad's car. We didn't even get a moving truck. I sat in there while Dad brought it all inside. I didn't want to get out because I knew Dad would make me look around the new house. I really didn't want to do that. His lips twisted into a frown as he recalled that. Then I saw your moms. They were in a car too and stopped at your house. I guess they were coming back from somewhere or something. My dad noticed. He waved his hand and went over to the front of your house where he started talking to them. I don't know what they said. I couldn't hear it. Buddy Loki keeps that haterism. Yeah, he really. I think, like, the most hater we see Cove, or at least from what I remember in, like, the older steps, is in the Baxter DLC. Where I think that's at least what I have remembered. He's very hatery in the Baxter DLC. But he couldn't see me anymore since he was looking the other way. So I opened the car door and left. I wanted to get away and went behind the houses. I found those hills there. The ones where we met for the first time. Just, Cove nodded, then stared at you. You stared back. He didn't go on to say anything more. What? That's all you wanted to say? Cove's brow wrinkled, like he didn't understand why you were surprised.
Huh?
That's all that happened. Why did you want to tell the story if nothing happened? Nah, okay. Just... Okay. Him cold and he's still Loki a hater. Oh my god, the indifferent routes. I forgot about the indifferent routes. I barely played through them. What is it? What? Oh wait, I gotta just... Okay. What is it? What? You said that in a weird way. You're crazy. Cove narrowed his eyes at you, suspicious. Shiloh's mouth twisted into a scowl of disbelief, but he said nothing. Why'd you bring that up anyway? There was a slight shrug of Cove's shoulders.
Well...
I was thinking about it because of the sandcastle. It made me remember when I moved to here. Dad showed me the beach first, before we went back to the car to unpack. He was really excited about it for some reason. Cove's brows furrowed a little more as he quietly raked his hands through the sand. I get it. You thought maybe Mr. Holden wasn't that excited about the beach and was instead hoping Cove might be. But the line of conversation had come to its end. Even Cove was done with it. Some other topic had popped into his head. Shiloh, fidgeting uncomfortably in the sand, had made Cove aware of his presence again. They looked at each other, and you could only wonder what this might be about. Hey, Shiloh. Yeah? Why are you always turning so... Oh my god. Why are you always turning so red, even when nothing is happening? Dude, you can't just ask people why they're turning red. Clearly startled, he jerked back. Neither you or Shiloh had expected that to be how he got included in the conversation again. I don't know, I guess. Okay, it's kind of weird. Bro, chill on him! Chill on him! I don't like him, but chill! Shiloh's eyes were wide with embarrassment and his lips twitched, and he was blushing even harder than before. Maybe it wasn't only this, perhaps it was simply the last straw, but it was a big deal to Shiloh. A huge deal. He didn't just look sad, he seemed almost panicked. You weren't sure if he was about to oh my god, okay. Long day and this one are the rough moments for me. You weren't sure if he was about to cry or run away or what, but you soon got an answer. Why do you wear glasses? Most kids don't wear glasses. Nobody is named Cove.
Who asked you to come?
Who asked you to come? It was probably just your dad bugging Koi's family some more because you don't have anyone else who'll ever play with you. Ew. Okay, never mind. Switch to Shiloh. Chill on him. Relax. Relax, dude. Cove blinked. The tension on the beach was suddenly uncomfortable in a way you didn't know how to move past. Relax, bro. It didn't seem like the kind of thing he'd get upset about, though you had never known what kind of thing would bother Shiloh. I'm sorry. Me too, I was just wondering. That's just... Wow, that's... Are we gonna build more? You wanna keep building sandcastles? Yeah, okay. Cove glanced at Shiloh, whose smile hadn't returned to full power, then at you. Alright. What a relief! You were glad it was settled. Nobody's named Shiloh or Koi either. Flashbacks, you taking the $20? Yeah, I'm friends with this guy. For $20. You all went back to making more sand buildings, but the whole mood had changed. Shiloh's cheeriness was clearly gone, and Cove looked as confused as ever about why the other boy had blown up. The air stayed uncomfortable the rest of the afternoon, right up to the moment that Shiloh's mom appeared at the beach to take him home. At least you'd tried to do something to resolve it, though, and it seemed like it had helped. Even though Shiloh's smile when he said goodbye to Cove wavered, it stayed as bright as ever for you. That had to count for something. But with Shiloh gone and the sun going down, you knew it was time for you and Cove to head to your own houses. Stop quoting who asked you to come at work. Wait, that's so funny. That's genuinely so funny. Who asked you to come? So you led the way on the path back home. The walk home was quiet. You passed by familiar landmarks, shoes thumping against the sidewalk in near perfect unison. Cove was clearly caught up in thinking about something. Yeah, what's up? You didn't want to leave it hanging in the air, so you just decided to ask, why are you making that face?
Oh.
I was just wondering. Cove fell silent again for a few more seconds, then sighed. Why'd Shiloh act like that when I said he was all red a lot? Well, being rude. What would 8-year-old Koi say? What would 8-year-old me say here? He's just being a baby? No. I don't know. It's just Shiloh. He's like that sometimes. But he wasn't like that with you. I don't know. I've known him longer. I guess I can get it, why he would do that. Sometimes I get really mad too. Despite seemingly coming to a conclusion, Cove's mood was still sour. Hey, Koi, was Shiloh telling the truth? Huh? His gaze left yours as he dug the sole of his shoe into the ground. He looked oddly vulnerable for a second. Does my oh. Oh. Does my dad make you hang out with me? I know he talks to your moms about that a lot. Ooh. An uncomfortable weight settled in your chest at the question. You liked spending time with Cove. You didn't even have to think hard about it. You knew you did. But you couldn't help feeling guilty. Cove still didn't know what happened when you met Mr. Holden. Oh. Yay. Hey. Quick! I need to lock back in again. What would 8-year-old me do? Would 8-year-old me fess up? Would 8-year-old me even remember that I got $20 to be friends with this guy? Decisions. I don't think I will. Your dad does do stuff so you'll hang out with my family. Yeah, you know, nobody's making me spend time with you. Nobody's making me spend time with you. Cove's shoulders relaxed. You hadn't even noticed that he had tensed up. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, I forgot about the $20, honestly. In theory, if you had one last thing to say to your family, what would it be? Quack! Anyway, I didn't think you were pretending. I just wanted to make sure it was okay is all.
Thanks.
Thanks for telling me. Yeah. Your throat tightened. It was hard to meet Cove's earnest gaze again. Keeping secrets was hard. It's no problem, Cove. $20. By now, the two of you were on the sidewalk near your houses. It was time to part ways. I did not. Was I? This is me questioning if I was a hugger when I was a kid. I'm not a hugger now. I don't. No, bye. That's it. It's like, it's 15 steps away. It's bye. See you tomorrow. Cove smiled and nodded firmly. Bye. You made your way to your house, crossing the driveway to get to the front door. When you looked back, you saw Cove making his way back home too. As if he felt your eyes on him, he turned around. He waved. You did too. You still felt a little unsure with what you were supposed to do about the deal Cove's dad had offered. You didn't want to say something bad, or something you shouldn't. You had no idea how Cove would take it either. Would it be terrible if it made him feel bad? What if he didn't want to play with you anymore? Oh my god. You might change your mind sometime. There was always tomorrow, after all. But for now, it was definitely something that you'd keep to yourself. With a final look, you went inside your house. Oh my goodness. We've got 3 moments left and then the epilogue. Let me go ahead and save. And as I've said, we're going to take a quick break. Real quick. Where's my BRB screen? We're going to take a quick break. So I can, and yet we always hug. Yeah, I'm not a hugger and we do. We're gonna take a quick break and I am going to go refill my water. I'll be back in like 5-10-ish minutes. Here we go. Have fun listening to the Olba soundtrack. Hold on, let me turn this sucker up. There we go. Alright, I will be back. Oh, I was muted. Alright. We're back in it. Let me turn this down again. Silence Spotify. Oh my god. It's still going. Everything's still going. It's so loud. And I'm 5 billion miles away, but that's okay. Oh god, I immediately started talking and the strain came back in my voice. That's okay. Light work. Let me inch forward again. I'm sleepy. Go to bed. Me too. Me too, twin. I'm so tired. Let me switch back to... There we go. You run away and then okay. No. Fireflies. We need to do... I already saved, but I'm still gonna double check. Fireflies. Where's my... Okay. I could hear myself, and that's not good. We'll do Runaway. I'm chill with Runaway. Let's do Runaway. And then I'm doing Fireflies. I have to. It was early, and you were on your way to the playground. Lizzie planned on joining you there later. You weren't sure what she was busy with right now. Older kid stuff, you imagined. That was okay. What was forefront in your mind was if Cove might be free to come too. As you walked the familiar street, wondering how you might find your neighbor, he appeared right in front of you, almost as if he was a mind reader. Cove, I was looking for you. Come to the playground with me.
No.
And then we end summer? No. No. No, sorry. Cove looked strangely serious. It had to be an even bigger deal than whatever mystery thing Lizzie had to do. I'm leaving, Oh. What? Where? He shifted, and your gaze was drawn to the backpack slung over his shoulders. Cove liked to stuff things into his pockets, from what you've seen, but people sometimes carried bags with them. It hadn't been very attention-worthy until now. The pack was decorated with cartoon waves and dolphins. He gripped one of the straps tightly with his good hand. I just wanted you to know. Cove didn't glance up and meet your eyes. You started to grow worried. I'll come with you. Can I go too? Oh, this one's a toughie for what I would have done. What would 8-year-old Koizen do in a situation like this? Because this has never happened before. I don't know about going with them now. But I definitely ask questions. Oh my god. That was a fly on the screen. Where are you going? He didn't answer. It was as if you hadn't said anything. I'll come back though. Sometime. I don't know when, but we can do stuff then. 8-year-old Koi would not follow that kid. You're right. You're right. They would not. He directed a fragile smile your way. Bye-bye. Without another word, Cove turned on his heel and started to walk away. You know what I am gonna do? Ooh. Following him? See you when you're done? Rapunzel do forever, bro. Forever? Like, that's not happening? Moving on. You couldn't say anything else to him? Wait, would I? Huh. Probably snitching immediately. Wait. Come back. He kept going. His focus wasn't on you anymore. Bro, come back. What was that about? You watched as his back grew smaller and smaller. Then you realized that you were still standing in the middle of the sidewalk. You thought about your earlier plan of playing at the park. Suddenly, it didn't seem as fun anymore. Not without Cove. But it wasn't like you could force him to play with you. He had things to do. You had to play at the park. Does he not know? Does he not know how busy I am? Does he not know how busy I've got work to attend to at the park? It was still sad Cove wouldn't be there, but you wanted to stick with the plans you had on your own. Well, actually, what does you stayed there do? You could play at the park some other time. It wasn't like it was going anywhere, and you couldn't bring yourself to leave like this. You didn't move from your spot, you just continued to look on quietly. It didn't take long to realize that he was just going, not the park or the beach. Sorry, I'm trying to see what this option is. You broke into a... Oh, it's following him. Okay, this is the following him option. No. 8-year-old Koi is not doing that. You went to play at the park. It was still sad Cove wouldn't be there, but you wanted to stick with the plans you had on your own. Okay. Bye. Maybe Cove and his dad were going on a vacation. That had to be it, you reasoned. After all, Cove said he was going to be back. He wasn't moving again. You resolved to spend time with Cove when you saw him next time for sure. After a couple hours at the playground by yourself, it had gotten firmly into afternoon. You were on the swing set with your feet buried in the sand when you spotted Lizzie in the distance. She was rushing over like something was on her tail, chasing her. You knew she would be coming, but was she that excited to get to the park? Instead of nabbing the swing beside yours, Lizzie stopped in front of you. She bent over, balanced her hands on her knees, and panted. Skip and Olive peeked upstairs. Hey! It's just a question of what would 8-year-old me have done? Did you hear? Hear what? Lizzie bounced back up, her eyes blown wide. You only saw her this worked up when she found the new hiding place of Mom's sugar stash. It's about Cove. Cove? Something in the pit of your stomach dropped at hearing his name. You listened intently as Lizzie explained. I just came out when I saw lots of people gathered around in the middle of the street. They were talking kind of quietly, so I don't think I was supposed to hear, but that just means it was important. So I snuck up and I heard everything. She paused dramatically. Clearly she wanted you to say something. I don't really care. So, seeing that she had your attention, Lizzie continued. Cove is missing. He left a piece of paper for Mr. Holden. Jesus. He left a piece of paper for Mr. Holden to tell him he was going away and would be gone for a long time, and no one's seen him since. Wow, that's crazy. Now they're searching the whole neighborhood. The grown-ups were even saying that if they don't find Cove soon, they'll call the police. Oh, the police! This was horrible! You had seen Cove, you knew he was going someplace, but you had no idea it was like that. Was Cove going to be arrested for running away? You thought he might have to go to jail too for not saying anything and letting him go. You glanced back at Lizzie. Should you tell her that you'd known about Cove leaving, or would it be better to keep that to yourself? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was a snitch growing up. I'm saying everything. You told Lizzie about seeing Cove. Actually, Lizzie, I saw Cove. He told me he was gonna go before I went to the park. What, really? You nodded seriously. Ooh, you know, you could be in big trouble. Never mind, I shouldn't have told her. You could be in big trouble if a grown-up found out you didn't tell anybody that Cove was being weird. She crossed her arms over her chest, sticking her nose in the air.
You're welcome.
You're lucky I won't tell on you. Oh, thank God. I may be a snitch, but she is not. You're lucky I won't tell on you. You're welcome. Thanks. No. There was no way you were going to say thanks to her for that. Still, you were glad that Lizzie wasn't going to tattle on you. She just grinned at her own interpretation of her favor. You watched as your sister began to pace in front of you. I know Mom said Cove was sad about moving here, but running away from home is crazy.
Jeez.
Where else is he gonna go anyway? I wanna find him. Now, this is the part where it's like, alright, time to run around and look for him. Lizzie scrunched her face up, thinking deeply for a moment. Then she nodded and planted her hands on her hips, determined. I'm gonna look too. You are?
Mm-hmm.
We can play at the park any day, and the more people there are looking, the quicker someone will find him. Maybe I'll be the one who does. I'm the best at hide and seek after all. It seemed like Lizzie wanted to look not only because she was concerned about Cove, but also because it was the most interesting thing to happen this week. Wish me luck. Okay. Before you could say anything, she ran off in the opposite direction from where she came. You were left in the dust in a matter of moments. That was your sister for you. But Lizzie's appearance in this crisis faded to the back of your mind just as quickly. Cove... He told his dad he was leaving to go somewhere by himself. Why did Cove suddenly decide to do that today? Did something bad happen? It was impossible to say for sure. Unfortunately, you had no idea where he could have gone. You thought hard. There were the hills behind your house. He had gone there the first time you met. But someone would have checked there already. They wouldn't need the police for that. Cove must be far away, or hiding somewhere, if the whole neighborhood was looking for him. You swung back and forth, your lips pursed in contemplation. If I were- oh my god. If I were 8-year-old me, what would I do? If I were Cove, where would I go? Lizzie had said Cove was crazy for running away from home, but he never considered Sunset Bird his home, did he? His real home was somewhere else. There was only one place that came to mind that might be important enough for Cove to go off like this. It was a good idea, except how was he gonna get there? Could he take a bus? Was he gonna walk the whole way? You didn't know what direction he needed to take. But, wait, there was only one way he could go. Going down the street just led to the beach, so that couldn't be right. Going to either side... What in the detective, bro? Going to either side would mean he'd get stuck by buildings and fences and big slopes like the one behind your house. That left going up the street. You knew that road. It led into the main part of town and kept going all the way to the city limits. Cove didn't know the area well. You didn't think he'd want to go off that road onto some random other street, which meant if someone followed that path, they might find him somewhere along it. The grown-ups seemed to be... I thought I heard something. The grown-ups seemed to all be looking in the neighborhood, so... This is where, do I want to have at least some peek, or do I want to tell? No, but I want to stay true to how I would genuinely do this. And I think I would tell everybody. Like, going to find him myself? I think not. It's such a boring option, though. We play it the way we have to. You had to tell them where to search. I'll tell them. You rushed to where you had abandoned your flip-flops and slipped them on. They slapped against the sand as you left the playground. On your way home, you spotted Mom almost instantly. She must know about Cove and was looking too, because she was wearing a worried frown. Her expression cleared up when she saw you walking towards her. Coy, I'm glad you're here. Cove is... She cut herself off, sighing deeply. Why don't you head inside? Oh god, they're gonna make me wait inside. I need to stay out for a bit longer. Something is going on right now, but we'll take care of it. Mom tried to usher you into the house, but you didn't budge from where you stood. I know where Cove went.
What?
But how did you even find out he's missing already? She shook her head before you could answer. You know what? That's not important right now. Where is it, Coy? You told her your hunch. She listened intently. I can go with, though, right? The main street. That's not good. I'll drive down there to make sure he doesn't get far. Mom muttered that more to herself than you, but you heard her all the same. Oh yeah, can I come with you? Can I come with you? Mom turned back to you and shook her head.
I'm really
Are
sorry.
you for real? I'll just be in the car, bro. I'm sure you're worried about Cove, and that's good, but I need you to wait at home with Mommy. If I find him, I'll bring him straight here, okay? You were disappointed, but no. This is the worst thing about the option. I go to tell people and I can't come with to... Oh. But you know, whatever. He's a friend. For $20. You were disappointed, but you nodded. She stroked your cheek, smiling softly. Mom guided you to the house with a hand on your shoulder. You both went in. Mommy appeared quickly. She must have been waiting nearby. There was a phone in her hand. It worried, thinking about who she might have been talking to. It worried you, sorry. Mom briefly explained what happened before she grabbed the car keys. Mommy saw her out. Soon after, you were herded into the kitchen. You sat at the table while Mommy microwaved leftovers, which you gobbled up. You hadn't even realized how hungry you were. The two of you settled into the living room after that. Mommy put a cartoon on the TV for you to watch while you waited. You snuggled up against her side as you watched the show, warm and safe. Your mind was still on Cove. Would Mom find him out there in town, or was he actually somewhere else? You didn't have to wait long to find out. Halfway through the episode, you heard the front door unlock, then it swung open with a shout. We're here! I've got him, Lonnie! Come on in, Cove. You stood up from the couch and ran over. Your heart was beating so loud in your chest that you could hear— Oh my goodness, where'd it go? Your heart was beating so loud in your chest that you could hear it in your ears. Mom was putting the car keys away. Cove stood nearby with his head bowed. You squinted to get a better look at him. Cove looked exhausted. His eyes were rimmed red, nearly matching his glasses, and there were dried tear tracks stuck on his cheeks. Oh, thank goodness you found him. Yes, he was way down Main Street, just like Coy said. Cove shuffled his feet at that, but he remained silent. Yeah, I told on you. That's just what we do here. Good God. They mentioned being hungry in game, and low-key, I'm kind of hungry. IRL, too. You could tell that he felt out of place. You weren't the only one who noticed his discomfort.
Okay.
You must be tired, Cove. You can sit down wherever you like. Mommy smiled warmly and motioned him to the living room. Cove looked up at her and then lumbered over. You walked close behind him, frowning. Cove was always pretty quiet, but this was a different kind of quiet. The living room wasn't far or separated by a wall, so you heard your moms talking softly. He wanted to go see his mother. Poor thing.
Well,
That explains it at least. Still, I'm not sure it excuses it. It was so dangerous to go off into town like that. He's having a hard time right now. You can't expect a child to handle it maturely. True, it can't be helped. But that's enough of that. We should tell Cliff and the others that he's here before the panic gets out of hand. There could be riots.
is that all right?
I'll call, then go to the front to tell everyone still out there. You keep an eye on the kids. Make sure they don't take any more trips today. Got it, hun. Cove just sat there on the couch, setting his backpack down beside him. Didn't get far, did you? He stared at his hands. This is so weird. What is? Everyone was looking for me. They all know I tried to leave. It might have been my fault. I kind of want to run away and not come back this time, so I don't have to see him again. Oh. Hey, maybe I should try. That isn't gonna help, they'll forgive you. Please never run away. Please don't do that. Yeah, this seems right. Please never run away again. Cove looked guilty for even suggesting that, despite it not being serious. I won't, not for real. You had more to say to Cove and to ask him, but before you could, the front door opened. Your mom was back with Mr. Holden close behind her. He made a beeline for the couch, his gaze trained on his son.
Cove?
Cove, God, are you alright? Strands of his hair had fallen out of his ponytail. His eyes were darkened like he'd been crying too. Cove stared up at his dad, his own eyes wide behind the frames of his glasses. He really hadn't expected it to be such a big deal. I'm okay. Good, that's good. I'm so glad to hear that. He clasped a hand on his son's shoulder, attempting a smile, but the corners of his lips twitched and spasmed as if they wanted to wilt into a frown instead. Cove seemed to have that effect on him. Mr. Holden turned to you, still grinning weakly, then looked at your moms. Thanks for your help, as always. He laughed pitifully.
I'm sorry.
And I'm very sorry for ruining your afternoon with this. I can't apologize enough.
It's okay.
It was no trouble, Cliff, really. It couldn't be helped in a way. Something was bound to happen sometime. We're just happy we could help, and that Cove's safe and sound. Not for the first time that day, you recalled your original meeting with Cove. He had run away then, too, only not as far as he had today. Cove must have had a similar thought because he mumbled an apology. Sorry, Dad, I won't leave anymore. Promise. Some life seemed to return to Mr. Holden thanks to his promise. This time around, his smile was more genuine.
I'm so glad.
Jesus, I'm putting in filler words. That's a relief to hear. Next time you feel like running off, come to me first, okay? We can talk about it. I'm here for you. Cove nodded. His dad reached out and mussed his hair playfully. Although he made a face, Cove didn't try to dodge the hand as he usually did. Let's go home, bud. I'd bet you're as tired as I am. Mr. Holden took over carrying Cove's backpack, still clasping a free hand on his son's shoulder when he stood up from the couch. The five of you walked over to the front door so you could see them off. Mr. Holden thanked your moms profusely at least 3 more times before he walked out the door. Cove was made to follow. But he stopped and turned to you before stepping through the threshold.
Thanks.
Thanks, Koi. Huh? What for? For telling on you? Yeah, any time. Your mom said you were the one who told her where to get me. It was good that I went back. Oh! He was being for real. I didn't know. A tiny smile flitted across his lips, there and then gone. I died, oh my god. R.I.P. Annie. R.I.P. It's like they're still with us. Okay. I'm a hugger if the situation calls for it, but would 8-year-old me do something like that? Waved him off? Probably I'm glad you're okay. Words. You know what? Why not? Before he was gone, you reached over and gave him a hug goodbye after a hard day. He held you back more tightly than you could have anticipated, and you almost squeaked out a noise. I'm glad you're here. His embrace was tight. Oh! Jump these two! Get them! His embrace was tight, but brief. He let go as soon as he said what he wanted to. And with that, Cove left. Mommy closed the door behind them. You were left feeling overwhelmed. Your fatigue must have been obvious because your mom sent you off for a nap with no more discussion on what happened that day. Oh, me. I love naps. Me for real. Once your head hit the pillow, your eyes slipped closed on their own. After the nap, everything else was a blur. You were settled into bed for real later that night in what felt like just a couple moments. You woke up much more at ease when you had felt when you were last conscious. It was almost like it was a dream. But it definitely wasn't. Your mom's faces when you saw them assured that. After breakfast, you were sat down and your family went over yesterday's events in full. They were pleased that you came to them the moment you had an idea where Cove disappeared off to. Yeah! There we go, now that's lore accurate. As a reward, your mom's promised to take you and Lizzie out for a treat later. It was a more than welcome change from the worry you'd been dealing with. Mr. Holden talked to Cove about what happened too. You didn't know what was said exactly, but Mr. Holden forgave Cove immediately. He didn't do anything to punish Cove for running away. And then summer ended. Absolutely not. He blamed no one but himself for Cove's desire to leave home. You caught your moms discussing it once in hushed tones, frowning at each other. It was pretty serious. There was a word used you hadn't heard before. Self-flagellation. But there wasn't anything they could do to change Mr. Holden's mind. Your neighbors stopped you and Cove often for the next week or so to express their concerns and disapproval of the event. They don't have to. They don't have to do all that. We know it's bad. Still, as they always did, days continued to pass. So did talk about Cove running away. Things eventually returned to normal, as they had to. Summer kept going. Not ending. Summer kept going. And you kept having experiences you shared with Cove. Oh my god. It's almost... Wow! And they're both peak! They're both really peak moments, you know? I think we're going to do barbecue, and then we're going to do fireflies last. Because I love fireflies as a moment. Fireflies is really cute. Let me take another sip of water. Summer did not end. Incorrect. I don't know who you are. Barbecue, barbecue. God, a barbecue sounds so good right now. Ooh, I'm hungry. I'm definitely gonna get leftovers after this stream. You've been brought along to the big park today, which did an excellent job of living up to its title. The park near your house with its lonely playground equipment wasn't even a quarter of the size of the expansive grass and trees that lay before you now. As it was in the next town over and too far for you to walk to by yourself, you didn't get to visit it much, and so you soaked up the environment. Another difference between this park and the one in your neighborhood was that this one had visitors other than you, Lizzie, Shiloh, and Shiloh. Today it was the busiest you'd ever seen it, thanks to a community get-together luring people in from all over the local area with the compromise? Okay. I'm beginning to see words that I shouldn't. Maybe we should finish the step as soon as possible. Luring people in from all over the local area with the promise of barbecue and fireworks. Your family and Coves were just two of many. What seemed like dozens of cars were parked up already when you arrived. You saw Cove hesitate as he took in the growing gaggle of strangers. By your mommy, Lizzie bounced on the balls of her feet, barely containing her excitement. I made you nervous. Fireworks? I'm a fireworks fan. I hate to say it. Bad now. I'm not that big of a fan of fireworks I mean now. Okay. I'm having an aneurysm. I'm not as big of a firework fan now, but I was before. Fireworks, yes. Yes, God. It was going to be so cool. Mommy had told you that the people running the community event weren't charging for it, but she wanted them to get something in return. Which is why you'd not been allowed to touch the beautifully iced cupcakes she had carried on her lap during the drive over. It was a special treat for them. Every time the car made a turn, she'd clutch the box tight enough for her knuckles to strain, much to everyone else's amusement. Mr. Holden's contribution to the party, a huge pack of juice boxes, was tucked under his arm after being retrieved from the car's trunk. You bet there had been no such dramatics around that cargo getting here in one piece, but the boxes did lack the beautiful shimmer of Mommy's treasured cupcakes.
Okie dokie.
Everyone all set? Should be. Cove, did you put sunscreen on before we left? Yeah, I always do. You don't have to tell me. So messy. Put that guy away. Mr. Holden deflated. His attempt at caring for his son rebuffed, but he triumphed with a smile.
Good kid.
I don't want you getting burned, or dehydrated either. It'll be a busy day.
Well,
Don't think there's going to be any risk of that second part. Mom nodded at the tables up ahead, laden with all kinds of food and drink. She was right, there was plenty to go around. The parents headed over, with you, Lizzie, and Cove trailing after them. A bunch of grown-ups were clustered around there, chatting, but you were more intrigued by what was on the tables. Some of it was familiar: chilled meat, sliced vegetables, big bags of chips, but there was a lot you didn't recognize. Your moms had said that you weren't to touch the food until they said it was time to eat. I'll be so for real. I just side-eyed my second monitor, bro. Come on now. You didn't see the harm of taking a little. If you could nab something and pop it in your mouth without anyone noticing, no one could be upset. You chose to grab a potato chip, and none of these. Cocktail sausage? A rolled piece of ham. Yeah. A potato chip? Nah, a cocktail sausage. Bro, Annie, go to bed. Annie, if you're tired, go to bed. You put the whole thing in your mouth and chewed as surreptitiously as you could manage. Cove definitely caught what you were up to. Luckily, he seemed to think it was funny and only smirked quietly. You saw that Mommy and Mr. Holden had deposited the food and drink they'd brought. Mommy gave the cupcakes one final worried look before turning to you with a smile. Since that's the topic at hand, how about we freshen up with something to drink? Yeah, that'd be great. Along with the ones out, there was a giant ice cooler on the ground, stuffed full of cans of soda, boxes of juice and milk, as well as bottles of water. Your drink was... milk. You slurped the creamy milk through the straw until, all too soon, you were sucking up only air. Your little group took a break while everyone quenched their thirst. Mr. Holden smacked his lips, pantomiming enjoyment. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Oh my god. Good luck. I'll be dead soon. That hit the spot, but you kids should go have fun. You can take your stuff with you and join the other kids playing games. Just don't go too far from the tables. We'll be keeping an eye out, so don't even think about sneaking off. We're not going to the other parts of the park today. Lizzie huffed at their comments. They did sound directed at her, but she scanned the surroundings. Nodding her head towards a group of kids like a general directing their battalion, she pointed the way.
Come on!
Well, let's go over there. Cove's mouth was downturned as he looked from the parents and the other adults to the new kids, clearly not favoring either option. But ultimately, he hunched his shoulders and tagged along after Lizzie. Yeah, we're going. I'm not staying around with the parents, bro. You went to play with the other kids, too. You followed after Lizzie and Cove, who were waiting for you on the outskirts of the group of parents. Hurry up! You picked up the pace, moving into a jog, but when Lizzie pelted away at full speed, you and Cove had no choice but to break out into a run. The other kids were far out in the field. Still, at your speed, it wasn't long until you'd reach them. As you approached, they turned around to greet the newcomers.
Hi.
I'm Lizzie. That's my little sibling Koi. The one at the cast is Cove. Hi. Cove simply lifted a hand in greeting. There was a chorus of hellos and names from the other kids. One of the kids looked to be about Lizzie's age or older. A couple seemed to be the same age as you and Cove, and there was one tiny little thing with his arms folded over his chest. What are you up to? The first kid, a boy with curly black hair and neon green sneakers, who'd introduced himself as Hayden, shrugged as he looked to the others. Not much. The second kid to pipe up, Lisa, had half her face obscured behind the huge glasses she wore. We haven't decided yet. She glanced wistfully over her shoulder. Following her gaze, you saw the spray of water first, and heard the shriek as someone got splashed in the face, before you spotted the person shooting them. Some people are playing with water guns, but there aren't any left. The smallest kid, Noah, grumbled at that. I knew a short kid named Noah once. You guessed that was why he was sulking. Spencer, who hadn't said much, patted his shoulder. So, that's out. A new kid raced over with a glint in her eyes, and her braids streaming behind her. You spotted the plastic orange pistol in her hand too late when the trigger had already been pressed. Ah! Rude! Hey! Lizzie, who'd been caught first, was fuming. Cove wiped the water from his face. You rubbed at your ear, trying to dislodge the water that had pooled there. Okay, disrespectful, bro. Don't spray people? Yeah, I'll tell you as a cat. Yeah, relax, bro. Someone's got a cast. Relax. Worried, you looked at Cove's plastered arm. You knew that he had to be careful with it around water. It's okay. The girl simply darted off to find more victims, unaffected by your reaction. She doesn't mean anything by it. Lizzie tutted, flicking her hair out of her face. The girl, not meaning anything by it, didn't change the fact that she'd been sprayed. Cove looked similarly unimpressed. Lisa's face lit up as she had an idea. Hey, we should catch her. She won't be able to spray people if she's running away from everybody. Yeah. Cove nodded as the other kids murmured their interest, or lack of it, in the game. Absolutely. Tag? Yeah, 8-year-old me would be in it. Let's do it. You joined the group of kids in tearing off after the girl with the pistol. Spotting you all over her shoulder, she laughed and shot her pistol in the air. Only a couple of drops squeezed out. She swerved, causing discord within your team as someone stood on your foot and you collided with Cove's shoulder. Whoops. Cove shot you a smile that gave you a feeling of camaraderie. It's okay. You were closing in on the girl, but you weren't alone. Lizzie's face was set with intent, and the 2 older kids were hot on her heels too. I ran them easily. Oh my god. Dude, I was a really fast kid growing up. And running around the field, PE, that was all for me. I was like a dog. I loved PE. You outran them easily. You rushed right to the head of the pack. You were close, and then you tackled her to the ground. You did it! Tackled her is crazy. The girl who had been caught giggled as she got to her feet, brushing strands of grass from her knees. Smiling, Cove came to a stop at your side. Lizzie whooped with delight, clapping her hands. The boy with the bright sneakers grinned. You're it now, catch us if you can. Yeah, I'll do it, you won't get away from me. With that, you all dispersed, squealing and laughing as you tried to evade capture. The sour mood from earlier had evaporated entirely, replaced by a light and playful atmosphere. Several rounds later, when most of the kids had taken at least one turn as it, the scent of smoke wafted up to your nose. Dude, a barbecue sounds so good! Oh my god, when was the last time I actually had barbecue? It's been a hot second. I think it's been like a month. I want barbecue bad. Caught by surprise, you looked up and found that the brilliant blue of the sky had turned orange as the sun sunk down on the horizon. With all the excitement, you'd lost track of time completely. Looking over, you saw people standing over the grills and poking them to life. It was nearly time to eat. We should get over there. I'm so hungry. Our parents are at different spots. Yeah. Bye, it was cool playing.
Yep.
Bye. See you. You waved goodbye to the other group of kids before hurrying over to your parents with Lizzie and Cove. A tickle unfurled in your throat, growing more persistent as you came closer to the source of the smoke. As the 3 of you approached the tables, your parents spotted you and came to join you halfway. You tried to greet them, but another cough obstructed your words. Oh, that's quite a cough. Are you alright, sweetie? Pet. Smoke? No. I'm asthmatic. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. The smoke will be gone soon. No one needs to go up to the grills if they don't want to. Just let me know what you need. There was no response from the other 2 kids here. I can get it myself. Can you get it for me? Yes, How lazy was I as a child? It depends. Yeah, I can get it myself. I can do it. Alright, but tell me if it gets too much for you. Persevere. The main thing being served is kebabs. You can have whatever you'd like on it. There's different meats and veggies. As you approached, you found the vast array of bits and pieces ready to be skewered and served up. You chose, I can't wait to choose mostly meat. Pork, chicken, okay. Oh my god. It's like putting in a live order. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. Oh, oops. Pork most definitely, Rogue. It's just full pork. Chicken kebab? When was the last time I had a chicken kebab? I usually just eat pork. Pork and chicken is fire. Potatoes, sure, why not? That's the stuff I'd eat. Sounds good to me. The veggies will be good for you. Order given, you waited for your food to be ready. Lizzie headed towards you, having issued her own request. Hi again. I heard what you ordered. I'm getting a chicken kebab with all 3 colors of peppers. Noticing that Cove approached, she turned to him. What are you having?
Why?
Why does it matter? I don't know, I was just asking. I'm getting beef and shrimp with all the vegetables, except onions. Lizzie hummed while evaluating his response. That's okay, I guess, but chicken is definitely the better one. Then you can eat all the chicken. I'm going to. I want some of the chicken is the best choice. Yeah, I want some of the chicken too. Give me some. Oh yeah, I can let you have some still. You're welcome. Lizzie peered over to the grills where the kebabs were being handed out. A growing assortment of kebabs collected in your parents' hands. They're coming over! Don't get jealous of mine when you realize you made the wrong choice, Cove. I didn't make the wrong choice. Same to you, Lizzie. There isn't a wrong choice. It's just what kebab somebody eats. The person serving gave your mommy one final kebab, then your parents moved over to rejoin you. Between them, they were carrying 6 kebabs, one for each of you, including Cove and Mr. Holden. We've got the goods! Cove's daddy's looking for a place we can sit. In the meantime, they began passing out the kebabs to their rightful owners. Lizzie smiled smugly as she received hers. These are pretty big. Be careful not to drop it. Try not to poke yourselves with the ends either. They're sharper than you might think. Hearing that, you tentatively pushed the tip of the skewer against your finger. It felt like the point of a newly sharpened pencil. Though it didn't hurt your hand, you wouldn't want it scraping the roof of your mouth or jabbing your tongue. Mommy clucked her tongue. It would have been nice if the options were a little easier to manage and less messy to eat, especially for the smaller kids. There aren't even plates for everyone, so we could set the food down for a second.
True.
That's what you get for the price of free, but we can hack it, right? Lizzie nodded her head vigorously, clutching her kebab like a trophy. God, that kebab sounds so good. Your parents led you back to the tables. It was immediately evident why Mr. Holden had been sent to scout one out. The benches had quickly filled up as people got their food. Mr. Holden was standing over a corner section near the edges of the sitting area. He beckoned your group over to join him. You clambered onto the bench, taking care not to let your kebab slip from your fingers. Cove took a seat next to you. Lizzie took the other side. Your mom passed the final unclaimed kebab to Mr. Holden.
Thank you.
Thanks, this looks delicious. Thank you for getting us a space out here. Everyone tucked into their food. You gobbled it up eagerly, only partially obstructed by the awkwardness of eating from a skewer. Running around with the other kids had helped you to work up an appetite. Mr. Holden, what do you do? Well, I do a lot of things. Do you play golf? Only if you count mini-golf. One look at Lizzie's stricken face confirmed that she did not. She could enjoy the occasional round at a mini-golf place, especially if she had an audience to impress, but your sister took her passion very seriously. Even then, it's been years since I gave it a shot. Cove groaned at the feeble pun. Mom chuckled. You weren't sure if she was responding to the joke, Cove's annoyance, or Lizzie's offense.
Don't worry about it.
Just as well. She'd be dragging you to the green every week. That's because I've got dedication. You need a good drive or two to get far. Mr. Holden nodded, clicking his tongue in appreciation. Cove looked from his father to your sister, lost in the conversation. Outclassed in golf and wit. I don't get it. I wouldn't get it either if I didn't live with her. I have to hear this stuff all the time. You should give real golf a try. Maybe I'll even teach you some tricks. Don't try to change my dad to be more like you. Lizzie gave Cove told her to stop. Lizzie gave Cove a dirty look at the accusation. Mommy felt the need to move the topic ahead before it got heated.
Oh, nice.
That's really sweet of you, but I'm sure Mr. Holden is busy. He might not have time for another hobby. Yeah, I don't think I'm made for that. Still, the offer's appreciated.
Why?
And tell me something you really do already. You just go away every day. I like scuba diving, though with the business, that's more work than play these days. Surfing and reading, snorkeling. My god. Stayed quiet, those are things Cove likes. Yeah, it's a good thing you live by the beach. Don't I know it? I have nightmares about moving inland.
No way.
That's not a good joke. The sun had been setting when you'd... Cove said, ugh. He does not want to live in this city, bro. The sun had been setting when you got your food, and by the time you'd finished, night had truly fallen. Your sticky fingers were the only remaining evidence of your meal. The kebab had been a great combination, more than the sum of its parts. Oh, that was a comma. The seasoning of freedom, to choose every ingredient yourself, was what made it something to remember. Into beninging. Rising from the table, Mommy held up her water bottle. Okay, now that the food is gone, you've got to wash your hands.
Okay.
Coy, Lizzie, please hold them out. Lizzie complied, coming over and cupping her hands together in front of her. Mommy splashed some water over her fingers, and Lizzie rubbed them together, working off any residue. Here. Mom passed a paper towel from her purse, and Lizzie used it to dry off her hands. Jesus. I gotta change my seating arrangement. Your turn, Coy. Begrudgingly, no. You readily held your hands out to catch the water. Copying Lizzie, you gotta wash your hands, bro. Copying Lizzie, you washed your hands, taking care to clean every crevice between your fingers before wiping them dry. And barbecue gunk on them? Ugh. Nearby, Cove had taken his... I said, I was disgusted, and then meanwhile there's this guy. Cove had taken his own course of action, wiping his hands on his pants and leaving a stain where his fingers had been. Mr. Holden shook his head.
Come on.
Let's clean that off, pal. He scrubbed at the fabric with a scrunched up napkin. Dad, it's not that bad. When everyone was cleaned up, or as clean as they could be with the limited facilities, Mom spoke up.
Let's go.
Let's go make one last check at the coolers and restock on drinks before the fireworks show. No time, we have to get a good spot. Everywhere's gonna be taken. How about I go ahead to save space again? You can meet up with me in the field after getting the drinks. Then I'm going with Cove's dad. I'll find the perfect place.
Okay.
Sure thing. I could use an extra pair of eyes. Mommy shook her head ruefully at Lizzie's even more enthusiastic than usual attitude.
That's fine.
All right, me, Cliff, and Lizzie can go find a place to sit. Pam, Cove, and Coy, do you want to go get the drinks? Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah, strong. You nodded. Yep. As Mommy, Lizzie, and Mr. Holden headed off into the wide open field where the fireworks were being set up, you joined Cove and Mom in returning to the cooler where you'd picked up drinks earlier. Even as you approached, you suspected you wouldn't find much in it, where it had originally been stocked to the brim. It was now half empty. The ice, which had cushioned the drinks and kept them cool, was largely melted, with only a handful of pieces floating like tiny icebergs. Slim pickings. The drinks that remained looked to be bottles of plain water, but you caught a glimpse of something more colorful in amongst them. Mom rummaged around in the cooler, excavating a couple of juice boxes from the bottom in the process. Ha! Coy, Cove, you can take one of those if you want. The perks of helping. The juice box! I did not drink juice boxes growing up. That's to share. You took a juice box to share and a water bottle for yourself. Cove hesitated, but decided to take a juice box for himself. When you were each loaded up with your chosen drink, plus an extra bottle or two for someone else in the group, Mom's phone started to ring. She juggled the water bottles over into the crook of her arm and looked at the caller. It's Mommy. Hold tight while I get this.
How are you?
Hey, hon, how's it going? Did you find her perfect spot already? She nodded along to the call, punctuated by uh-huhs as Mommy gave her directions. Catching your eye, she gestured towards the grassy area. We've got a place. Come on, we'd better hurry before the show starts. You and Cove jogged after your mom, who led you through the field, and the separate groups of people assembled there, back to the rest of your families. That was an awkward pause for me. Hello, we're here, and we come bearing drinks, though there wasn't much left. The three of you handed over the spare drinks. You held up the extra juice box. I brought this for someone.
How sweet.
You're so thoughtful, Coy. Despite Mommy replying pretty expectantly, there was just one person who made a claim to the sweet drink. Can I have it? Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. I love. Aww. Jumper. Aww. You two are a real pair. Once everyone had been equipped with a drink for the big event, you sat on the grass beside Cove and waited for the magic to begin. Most people in the park had taken a seat now, with a few stragglers silhouetted back at the tables in the distance. A few rambunctious kids were still dashing about, but their number was steadily decreasing as their parents called them over and restored order. Someone bearing a cardboard box weaved between the groups, pausing every so often. You nudged Cove and pointed. What are they doing? It looks like they're handing something out. I can't make out what it is.
What a pickle.
I hope it's not drinks. Mommy chuckled, but Lizzie and Cove were now watching the bestower of mystery goods keenly. Are they gonna come to us too? Mom softly put her hands on top of your sister's shoulders, as if she feared Lizzie might bolt over to the stranger. Lizzie holding her back. Lizzie seems like she'd be a leash kid. She's like, me for real? My Filipino twin for real? Where am I? Lizzie didn't even glance at her, eyes locked on the potential prize. I don't know.
In that case,
We'll have to wait and see. You were intrigued? Absolutely. Studying the man with the box closely as he gradually meandered nearer, you could make out that he was handing out small items to most of the groups he stopped at. They seemed too short to be water bottles, but beyond that it remained a mystery. Then the box man made his way to your group. Evening, I'm handing out dessert. Any takers? There's dessert? Lizzie squealed, hopping off the ground. The man chuckled. Oh my god! Oh, ice cream sounds good. I have ice cream. I want to eat that later too. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Ice cream's on the menu. Vanilla flavored with a twist of either chocolate or strawberry syrup.
Nice.
None for me though. Thanks. Same, but the offer is appreciated. I want chocolate! Can I have strawberry? And a strawberry for me too, please. Now you're going to have to make a decision. Chocolate or strawberry? Oh, come on, man. You were lactose intolerant! Hey, you're still gonna eat it though. I'm gonna get chocolate. Good day to not be lactose intolerant. Reaching into the box, I'm so sorry, lactose intolerant people. Reaching into the box, the man brought out the requested ice creams and tossed them out. It came packaged in a little plastic cup, complete with a wooden spoon stuck to the paper lid. The condensation wet your fingers in a pleasant way.
Thank you.
Kids, are you going to thank the nice man too? There was a chorus of thanks. He cordially nodded and walked off to another group. The man couldn't spend much time with each group, considering how many he had to get to. You peeled back the tab that covered the ice cream and got right into your unexpected treat. It tasted amazing. Lizzie was definitely enjoying hers. Cove was too. You couldn't help thinking about how Cove had strawberry while you had chocolate. Dude, freaking sharing, bro. Mix it up? But no. You didn't mention that out loud. You try yours? No. Sharing the ice cream, bro. I'd try mine. He looked around awkwardly but nodded nonetheless. You caught a bit of ice cream, making sure to hit the chocolate swirl that distinguished it from Cove's, and held it out for him. He nibbled at it. You want some of mine? I'm not a strawberry fan, bro. No. I don't want the strawberry. Oh, okay. Hey, if you're sharing, I'll take some. You don't need it. You both have the same flavor. So what? That's funny though. You could have some. Thank you, thank you, thank you! You're the best! She enthusiastically took a bite of your ice cream before then offering you a bite of hers in exchange. In the end, that made it kind of pointless. You each just ate the same chocolate ice cream out of different cups. Your mommy did like to say it was the thought that counted, though. Ignoring that conundrum, Lizzie turned her attention back to her own cup of ice cream. Lizzie munched away happily, but it ultimately didn't succeed in monopolizing her attention. Eyes wide, she looked at her mommy and pulled on her pants.
Please!
I didn't get strawberry. Can I have some of yours, please?
Of course.
Of course, sweetie. Lizzie cooed with excitement as Mommy presented her with a dollop of the ice cream and syrup mixture. Licking her lips, Lizzie lapped it up. Mommy, come on now. Lizzie has all the ice cream she needs. She simply laughed and pinched Lizzie's cheek, then dug her spoon in again and held it out to you. I just can't resist. Koi, would you like some of mine? They've got a full cup of ice cream to eat already. That's not the same as getting a little extra from your mommy. Still, it's strawberry. We resist. See, Koi knows how it is. It's strawberry. It doesn't hurt to ask. Cove watched the exchange silently with a blank expression. Mom, on the other hand, shook her head, a fond smile on her face. Well, you better at least give me some too. Could have gotten your own if you wanted ice cream.
What?
But the kids have ice cream already and they're getting some of yours to boot, and I have nothing. Now is when you decide to be firm. Laughing, Mommy fed some ice cream to your sulking mom. She could never actually follow through with being tough.
There.
All better now? Yes. That's moms for real. They're so cute. Good. How about you, Cliff? Would you like some? No, I'm still okay. Thanks for keeping me in mind. Cove, it's only fair that you get the choice too. Cove shook his head firmly, concentrating on his own cup. Mommy smiled. Okay, as long as no one is feeling left out. Mommy was always so nice to everyone. Then, the first firework cut through the sky, whistling as it ascended until it hit its crescendo with an explosion. The park flashed as if alight. Squealing, Lizzie leapt to her feet, her forgotten ice cream tumbling to the ground as the firework crackled into tiny drops of glitter in the sky. It's starting! Everyone else looked up to the sky as another firework whizzed through the air. With each explosion, Lizzie would jump into the air. Yes, it was kind of neat. Absolutely, the event was thrilling! Cove sat by his dad, captivated by the sky sparkles and flashes overhead. Mr. Holden watched the fireworks scene impassively. He did smile at you and even gave a thumbs up when he noticed you looking over. Mommy hopped to her feet, pulling Mom with her, pushing her into joining Lizzie and jumping up in tandem with every crack of a firework. Mommy then bent down to offer you a hand up too. It's so cute, bro. It's so cute. I gotta play into it. Cove got to his feet, tailing after you as you stood with your family. Your mom's faces lit up, literally and metaphorically, as you approached. The 5 of you shrieked and leapt along with the sparkles in the sky, not trying to contain your joy at experiencing the sights together. The fireworks continued, some twisting like the coil of a spring as they arched into the air, others shooting straight from the ground and shattering into a million tiny specks. Every color got its spotlight in the show, from fiery reds to eerie greens and blues that could rival the ocean. The show built up to a grand finale that boomed over the park and filled every inch of the sky, the twinkling lights representing the full spectrum of the rainbow. The exhilaration that had fueled you while the fireworks were going off was sapped dry now that the show had finished. You collapsed into a giggling heap on the ground, suddenly aware of how your legs ached from your exertion. Cove tumbled down with you, his expression gleeful. Mr. Holden watched his son with an expression much happier than the one he'd worn while watching the show. Lizzie gave a final whoop of delight and shared a high five with Mom as Mommy shouted for an encore into the night. You didn't know what that meant, but you liked the way it made Mom laugh. Though the sun had gone down long ago, the hair on your bare arms was warm. The hair? The air. Where did the H come from? You took in your giddy family, their spirits buoyed by the firework display, then your new friend and his father, who looked happy in their own quieter way, then smiled. This had been a pretty special night. Oh my goodness. We're almost done with step 1. This is insane. This is an actual series. Oh my gosh. Firefly. Okay. We're gonna go straight into it. No hesitation.
Right.
Lizzie jump scare. I forget that there's a Lizzie jump scare in this moment every time. Oh wait, did I save? Oh yeah, I did. I forgot that I just did that.
All right.
Go ahead, chug some more water. And then we'll try to push through. And then once we're into step 2, that's where I'm going to call it a night, because it is currently 2:20 in the morning for me. Okay. Tonight we're going to catch fireflies. At this blunt declaration from your sister, you looked up from your macaroni and cheese dinner. God, macaroni and cheese. I'm so hungry right now. Macaroni and cheese sounds so good. I'm thinking of Panera macaroni and cheese. Ooh, that'd be really good. In a bread bowl. Fireflies were a familiar sight over summer, coming out on warm nights to dance through the sky. Tonight was particularly balmy. You knew there were bound to be a ton of them around. Oh, you are you? I started eating faster. Yeah. You rocked lightly from side to side in your seat, already excited for your after-dinner activity. Catching fireflies was a great way to spend a summer evening, and you could already envision the little lightning bugs drifting through the darkened sky. That's a good idea, Lizzie. Can we, Mrs. Zen? Oh my god, it's Shiloh. I'm not gonna do his voice. Can we, Mrs. Zen? Shiloh tapped his fork against the table excitedly, his face lighting up as he looked at Lizzie. It was unusual for Shiloh to still be here. Like always, his mom had to bring him over really early in the morning before her job started. But normally, she would have picked him up by now. She called before dinner to let your moms know she'd be late. You didn't hear why, probably more work things. You thought maybe getting to hang out with Shiloh for longer is what made Lizzie want to keep running around outside. Staying at home and watching TV was never an option for her with guests over. That's why you were pretty sure she'd get your moms to agree.
Well...
It's already so dark out there. Lizzie gave Mom the best puppy dog eyes she could, slowly spooning mac and cheese into her mouth while you waited there for their response.
There.
Let them go. Nights like this don't happen every day. Your parents exchanged the look, then Mom eventually sighed and nodded. Yes! Along with Lizzie's cheers, you threw your arms up in triumph, but waited until you'd finished chewing to say anything because you knew it was rude to talk with your mouth full.
Fine.
Fine. Just make sure you stay on the hill behind our house with all the poppies, okay?
Duh.
That's where most of them are. The idea had only just been planted in your head, but already you could just picture all the glowing lights spread out in front of you, like the fairies from the bedtime stories Mommy read sometimes. All too quickly, it became a race to see who could finish their food first. No choking at the dinner table now. That's right, if someone died, we'd have to cancel the Firefly trip after all. Mom said it like a joke, but you knew that they were both telling you kids to slow down. Shiloh did immediately. When you glanced at Lizzie, you saw her still eating faster than she should. Elizabeth?
Jeez.
No one is gonna die, sheesh. A knock on the door interrupted Mom before she could no doubt scold your sister. I'll get it. Your big sister jumped out of her seat and ran over to the door, pulling it open without even looking out the window to see who it was.
Huh?
You shifted in your seat, thank God she said it for me, to try and get a glimpse of the unexpected guest.
Hi.
Good evening, Cove. Your mommy had already walked to the door by the time you managed to see past Shiloh's flappy hat. Cove, what are you doing here? In an instant, you'd hopped out of your seat and run over, a wide grin on your face. Cove returned it with a small one of his own. Dude, the dynamic is so cute. I'm gonna cry. Bouncing up and down on the balls of your feet excitedly, you tugged on Mommy's sleeve, hoping she'd ask him to stay. To stay. Okay. I really want to draw these two. I want to lock in on drawing all the stuff again. Sorry, Cody. Step aside. Koi Zen is here. Catch them in live stream our life at 2 in the morning with a pleasant surprise nonetheless. Oh my gosh, hello! Hi! Welcome in! Yeah, our life at 2 in the morning, it's insane to me too. It's the time that I can do it, but honestly, I love this game. I see no issue with playing it at this hour. I absolutely adore this game. It didn't matter why he was here, it meant he could join you all in catching fireflies. Then, for a few seconds, Cove said nothing. He only stood there and looked up at your mommy with a face almost like he was considering turning around and leaving. My dad told me to drop this off because I guess he borrowed it from you. Cove took a familiar screwdriver from out of his large side pocket. Eyes now dropped to the floor. We left ours back home when we moved. Great, thanks, bye!
Thank you.
Bye is crazy! Thank you. Here, why don't you come inside for a bit? Lizzie crossed her arms and lifted her chin. Cove shrugged, and Mom stood from the table too. I'll give your dad a call to let him know you got here all right. Cove shuffled Shiloh. I've got beef with Shiloh. Cove shuffled fully inside, eyes remaining on the ground. Mommy closed the door behind him.
Hi.
Hi, Cove. Shiloh gave Cove a friendly smile while waving by holding up his hand and opening and closing his fingers. Cove nodded in response. Used to odd time zones and some of the other people I watch. Oh my gosh. But yes, welcome in. Thank you for popping in at a late hour. If you want to. Yeah, Cove, are you going to catch fireflies with us? You could see Lizzie eyeing you for mentioning the expression. I'm sorry, Lizzie. I want Bestie there. That's my friend. If you can have Shiloh, I can have Cove. You could see Lizzie eyeing you for mentioning the excursion to an outsider, but she'd get over it. It's a lot of fun. Cove grinned at that, and you knew he was intrigued.
Yeah.
I can do that. I've never caught one before. It's too bad he didn't have a chance before now. The fireflies ran out when he first moved in, and there must not have been anywhere he used to live. Sorry, wow, I'm getting flustered. We can't go until after dinner. After she pointed this out, Lizzie walked back to the table and took her seat. There wasn't much left on her plate. Who doesn't have beef with Shiloh? You'd be surprised. There's a few people who really do like Shiloh. Maybe because they, know him from XOXO Droplets. But which I haven't played. I've been meaning to, but when I tried before, it bugged out for me like crazy. I don't know. I'm surprised at how many people really do like Shiloh. Since this was very true, you decided to finish up your own stuff as well. Cove stepped closer and eyed what was on the menu for your family's meal. Have you eaten yet? Yeah, my dad and I ate earlier. What did you have? Eggs. The clipped one-word answer seemed to discourage Shiloh from asking any more questions. His dad's like, okay, alright, we're done now. His eyes slowly wandered back to the last scraps of food on his plate. Her phone call with her phone call. Her phone call with Cove's dad must have ended because your mom came back into the room.
Okay.
Thought I missed something. Cove, your dad said you can stay for a little while if you'd like, but he's going to come get you before it gets too much later. Sure.
Fun.
Oh, fun. This will be so nice. As you polished off the meal, you hoped it would be too. The three of you all finished eating shortly after, and Lizzie led the way outside. Remember, don't stray too far. It's fine, Mom. Shiloh trailed so closely after Lizzie, he was nearly stepping on her heels. Cove hesitated at the door. Come on, let's go! After a moment, he did.
Bye.
Bye, children. The two of you were a good 10 or 15 feet behind Lizzie and Shiloh. They move fast! Behind Lizzie and Shiloh. Maybe I'm overestimating how far 10 and 15 feet is. By the time you walked outside, you pushed the door shut behind you, watching their figures get farther and farther away.
Hurry up!
You're so slow, Koi. We don't have all night. I actually really like XOXO droplets, so it doesn't stop me from dunking on Shiloh any chance I get. Oh, that's so funny. I've seen people do the same with Jeremy. Oh, I'm so excited to see Jeremy come step 2. I'm so excited to see him. I've seen so many people do the same with Jeremy, though. God, I think of him in XOXO droplets, and I can just see that haircut. You're so slow, Koi. We don't have all night. You started to run when you heard Lizzie's voice calling you, but paused when you saw Cove still walking at a relaxed pace. Are you not gonna come? You tugged him along, you walked with him. Yeah, hurry up, bro. Come on. You waved at him to hurry. Tiny legs get far with determination. Hurry, Cove, before they get all the fireflies first. You darted down the pavement towards your sister and her friend. After a few seconds, you heard the slap of Cove's sandals not far behind. That made you smile as you ran through the night. When you finally reached the hill, you stopped to catch your breath, looking up at Lizzie and Shiloh, who had already made it to the top and started spinning around between the blinking lights of the fireflies. As you climbed the hill with Cove beside you, you held out your fingers towards the fireflies that were gently bobbing all around, illuminating the grass and the poppies covering the hill. There was barely any wind, which made it perfect for the little lightning bugs to be out exploring the big wide world.
Wow.
Shiloh took a moment to come over and welcome the both of you to the hill. Hi guys, it's really great out, huh? See how many there are? I'm not even gonna attempt to reach the pitch his voice has. Way too high. Yeah. A firefly danced through the air, landing on Cove's sea green head. Yeah, we were laughing. You and Shiloh couldn't help but giggle. Covering your mouth with a hand, the sound escaped you, and Cove looked at you in confusion. With Jeremy, I mainly have beef with Shiloh because I played Our Life first and fell for his act. Ugh! Me too! Honest. Oh, wow. This really makes me want to try and play XOXO Droplets again. I hope it doesn't bug out for me. I do want to play it in my free time. I want to see where... I want to see where they originate from. What? You gestured to his head and he reached up, making the firefly dart away. Cove jumped, then followed after the glow.
Oh,
Look, Lizzie has one. That's amazing. Shiloh ran to the highest point of the hill, making sure not to lose his hat or backpack along the way. You hummed as the group divided and conquered, shifting your gaze to the dozens of other fireflies sailing around. The game was on. Get a bandage on your thumb. Multiple- oh, yeah. When I was a kid, I was so prone to injury. I think I've mentioned this before in my first stream of this game, aka the previous one. I easily injure myself so much in such dumb ways. It's definitely this one. You had 2 bandages on your hand and you tried to be cautious of that. Spotting one close by, you approached it with assassin-like stealth, crouching down to make yourself seem like less of a threat. Slowly dragging one foot in front of the other, you crept up towards it, arms outstretched. You closed your hands around the little glowing orb, careful not to crush it. The firefly landed on your palm, almost docile, and you stared down at your prize in delight. Its tiny legs tickled your skin, and you giggled at the sensation. Cove kept up with his own target, but when he tried to grab it, his pink cast waved awkwardly through the air, foiling his efforts to clap his hands around the firefly. Be warned, the gameplay gets quite repetitive. Oh, I did not know that. It is definitely on my list. I will definitely try to install it and play it on my own time. Because I do want to see what it's all about. I want to see the GB Patch Origins, because I've played their... I don't remember, I'm not going to say it's their first game, but one of their earlier games, Lake of Voices as well. And from my memory, it's been a hot second since I played it, like a good few years. Lake of Voices was really good. I liked it a lot. Describe me as a child too speedy, apparently. Oh yeah, me too. Exactly the same reason. I ran too fast, and I was far too careless as a kid. Cove watched it vanish into thin air. Oh, alright. Oh, that's something. Cove watched it vanish into thin air with a dissatisfied expression on his face. Yeah, you made a joke about what happened. Haha. If you keep doing that, you're going to scare away every firefly in the world. They'll go extinct. Cove rested the hand of his good arm on his hip. It's not funny. It kind of was, but instead of saying so, you brought the firefly closer so Cove could have a look. Cove narrowed his eyes, but you could see him fighting back a smile at the sight of it. He leaned closer, eyes widening a tad behind his glasses. Oh, welcome back, Annie. Are you dead? Cove remained hypnotized by the little bug as he inched his hand closer to yours. What happened to you, Annie? Did you pass out? Ultimately, he settled his fingers lightly over top of the ones you were holding open. It tingled. Aw. Aw, they're so cutie. The last thing you wanted was to accidentally scare the shiny treasure off. Aw, they're so cutie. Oh, I forgot I chose. What bracelet is that? Wait, what bracelet is that? What did I choose? It's cute. I think I've had... I think I had a bracelet like that before growing up. I just can't remember. I was like, flowers? I'm like leaning in. Like a Voice of like, guys, that's too people never recommended it. Yes! Like a Voices was pretty great. I really like the style that they did with it. The writing, the aesthetic that they went with it. It was so good. Very eerie. I loved it. Oh, I should play it again. I need to go on a GB Patch cleanse. A Foretold Affair. Ooh, wait, I don't think I've heard of that one. Oh, I need to hop back on visual novels and stuff. I'm a fake GB Patch fan. I main Our Life and stuff. I may have died. Oh, welcome back, Annie. Welcome back. Candy beads? It does! That is what it looks like. It does look like candy beads. I can't remember what, I'm trying to remember what the bracelet options were early in the game. I think I did choose flowers, though. It looks like flowers. Okay. The firefly, noticing the new connection, crawled up onto Cove's hand. He quietly gasped. It worked. Yeah, you got one. Cove's lips turned up into a slow smile and his eyes shined brighter than the bug. Thanks, Koi. With a laugh, he gave the palm of your hand a friendly smack, performing an awkward low five. They're so cute! I'm sick. Oh my god. Oh. These kids, bro. Startled by the extreme movement, the tiny light disappeared before you could even blink. Your firefly was gone.
Sorry.
Teared up. Okay, relax now. You forgave him. That's okay. I couldn't keep it forever.
You're right.
Bugs have to stay outside. Let's get another. Decided to sit in the grass and watch. Decided to collect more. What would me do? Yeah, we're doing more. Uh-huh, we can work together. His face broke out into a wide grin. We'll get a bunch. With renewed vigor, you ran out across the hill? Where did across come from? Into the hill. You're not sure how much time passed while you were in the thick of it. All you could focus on was the adventure at hand. No critter was safe from your grasp. At first, you tried to keep a tally of how many you had caught, but once the number grew higher than 10, you had no more fingers left to count with. You were having the time of your life, racing up and down the hill with the crash of the ocean and the sound of everyone's laughter echoing in the background. Koi, this way! You followed the sound of Cove's voice to the top of the hill, watching as he stretched his arms in front of him, reaching with his fingers and only narrowly missing his target. Cove and you took turns trying to scare fireflies in the direction of the other. You showed him some techniques that you had learned, like how to cup your hands correctly, and he listened attentively before trying for himself. There were a few times when you almost ran into each other, giggling as you dove to the side at the last moment. Like, faking each other out. Stepping side to side. Oh my god, luckily disaster was avoided each time. It was an overall huge success with the both of you catching multiple fireflies each. Eventually, the fireflies began to thin out and your energy started to lapse. You decided it was time to call off the hunt. Cove didn't complain. He breathed in heavily and his face seemed really flushed. That was fun. A lot of fun. You smiled at him broadly, happy that he enjoyed the activity. Yeah, it was.
Come on!
Boy, Cove, get up here. We're gonna have a race. The shouting caught you off guard. It had been a race. Ooh, 8-year-old me, all in. 8-year-old me would be all in that. It had been quite a while since you heard from Lizzie or Shiloh. Thank God. Lizzie, I miss her. Shiloh. You glanced over to see them both standing on top of the hill again, Lizzie beckoning to you with quick hand gestures. If she was like that, you knew there wasn't much room for disagreement. Up the incline you went. From the corner of your eye, you saw Cove was coming as well. You just end up shoulder checking each other accidentally. It's like a really, really rough thought, just He didn't care for Lizzie. He didn't care for Lizzie a lot, so you thought he might be intrigued just by the idea of a race. Hi.
Cove.
Hi. Cove, you can't roll down the hill. You could hurt your arm again. You'll be the referee for the rest of us. As Lizzie pointed this out, Cove froze in place. Boo! Oh, it was that kind of race. He frowned down at his cast. That was the second time it got in the way tonight. And this wasn't even the first time she had asked him to be the referee for one of her sudden races. What? Yeah, you'll watch and see- Oh, sorry, that was really awkward wording. Yeah, you'll watch and see who gets to the bottom first. That's important. Got it?
I guess.
This was I guess. Whatever. The cast was sturdy. He's so angsty at 8 years old. If he was careful, he could have done it. Lizzie might have just been looking for a reason to make someone else the referee, but it was already decided. Oh yeah, I'm getting in the race. I'm sorry, Cove. I'd stay. I'm doing the race. I need to win. The competitive spirit in 8-year-old me needs this. Satisfied with this, Lizzie moved to lay down, and Shiloh did the same. Cove stood slightly to the side to get a better vantage point. It seemed like he was taking his newfound referee duties seriously. Countdown! You quickly got into position as well, resting on your side in the grass and tucking your arms close to your chest. 3, 2, 1, go! The three of you took off, letting gravity do the work and rolling at high speed towards the bottom. You squeezed your eyes shut, a delighted laugh leaving you, and consequently allowing a few blades of grass into your mouth. That is so funny. We are eating grass! You sputtered, reaching up to wipe them away. It threw off your balance and sent you careening sideways. Oh my god. Until a Shiloh. Everyone started too close together because the slight turn made you, then Shiloh, and then Lizzie collide into a heap. You tumbled down the last few feet in a pile. I love races, but I'm old and have bad knees. Oh my god. The last time I ever, fully raced was in high school, bro. That was a long while ago. I don't even think I can run a mile anymore. Oh my god. Shiloh's elbow was in your stomach, and you were pretty sure Lizzie's hair was in your mouth, but you had survived. Perhaps it wouldn't have been safe for Cove after all. You could hear him laughing in the distance. When you opened your eyes, you saw the starry sky above, and Cove still on top of the hill, staring down at the three of you with an amused look on his face. It's funny, is it? I'm laughing because I'm there with you! I'm laughing because I'm there with you! Hey, cool crash. I think Shiloh was the- Cove! Cove! Cove, I can't believe you do this to me! I'm telling him about the $20. I'm telling him about the $20 come step 2. Oh my god! You listed Shiloh as the winner! Oh my god! Somebody get this guy! Never mind. I can't believe you do this. That didn't count. We need a redo. I agree. Kids, it's time to come in. Oh my god, no! Dude! That's so unfair. Wait, I'm mad. You sighed, not knowing if it was from contentment or exasperation, and closed your eyes again. It had gotten late and was beginning to feel just a bit chilly as you made your way out of the hills, but the cold in the air hadn't dampened anyone's spirits. I can't believe you did that to me! I'm gonna hold this over his head, bro. Dude. Our life Koi, my little character in here, is holding this over his head. I can't believe he was honest. He could have lied. He could have lied. Why did you have to say Shiloh one? He could have said Lizzie one. The four of you walked back home together side by side down your neighborhood street, discussing the evening, with each person trying to prove that they were the one who caught the most fireflies. It's iconic, it's stunning, it's beautiful, we love hating on Shiloh, absolutely. Shiloh gets, like, 0.5% of love here. We're moderately okay with Shiloh. Ugh. You knew that whoever really did catch the most didn't matter much anyway. All that mattered was that you all had a good time, which, judging by the smiles on everyone's faces, you did. Oh my gosh! Wow! We're at the end of step 1. This is huge! Oh my goodness, let me take a sip of water. Gamer does not care for Shiloh and we stand. Just picture me with a printed out picture of Shiloh and like it's like pinned to a dartboard and then it's just just throwing it. That's what it's like. That's what the relationship is like. And then summer ended. Wait. I always have to double check. And then summer ended. Oh my gosh. Too, but with distance because you hurt my feelings. I'll never get tired of that view. You stood beside your moms, Lizzie and Cove, as the 5 of you watched the sun dip into the ocean somewhere far, far away. You like to imagine it cooling off in the water, resting itself before getting ready to shine brightly again tomorrow. That was a fun day. I didn't know they had magicians on the shopping street now. Summer ended! Summer did in fact end! We not just continued step 1, we finished it! Neither did I. Oh no, we are so dull. Let's get out more. You didn't do real magic, Mom. How did you figure that one out?
Yeah.
'Cause I know. That's not what real magic looks like. Oh, Lizzie dear, there's all kinds of magic in the world. Lizzie gave Mommy a suspicious look, but didn't dispute the claim. He looked over at Cove, who hadn't said a word since he started home. He didn't look upset though, just content. You're aware he still hadn't quite warmed up to your parents. Well, we can't sit out here all night. Time to hurry home and get cooking. Who's helping with dinner? Lizzie immediately let out a groan.
Ugh.
Mom, summer's almost over. The protest was obvious. You could practically see school on the horizon. You certainly didn't want to spend your last bits of freedom cooking dinner. You could do that any other day. You have to keep playing before it's too late. We have to keep playing before it's too late. There's a bomb strapped to my chest, Mom. We have to. Mom raised a brow, the corner of her mouth lifting before she pursed her lips. You make it sound like it's the end of the world. There's a bomb strapped to my chest. It's school. I've got to go. This is so funny. This is ironically so funny because I do in fact have to return to classes tomorrow, and it's 3. It's about to hit 3 in the morning, and I've got school tomorrow. It practically is. Okay, I need to lock in. You nodded vigorously, thankful that you had your sister on your side. Surely your joint effort would wear your mom down. There's a what strapped to your chest? Soon we'll have homework and reading to do. We can't do work now too. Lizzie made her case and then stomped her foot into the ground. You mimicked her, feeling that would add something to the argument. Well...
No.
Oh, come on, Pam. I can help you at dinner. Mommy leaned in for a hug, and you knew that you were very close to victory.
Okay.
All right. But as soon as dinner's ready, you lot are coming inside, understood? Yes, Mom. Cove, dear, you're welcome to join us as well. Yeah, I get... I get Pamela and Noelani's, like, mom and mommy titles really mixed up in this step. I keep forgetting who's who. Cove gave a non-committal shrug to your mommy, which you took as an agreement. Oh, so much to do, so little time! Maybe I could still get the seashell bracelet at Tines and Trinkets. Ooh, or maybe the playground. Or the fireflies would probably be coming out, right? I've got work in a couple minutes. Oh my god! All of this is to go home immediately. Don't I get a say in this? Lizzie looked over at you, narrowing her eyes like she was very seriously contemplating the answer to that question. Okay, Lizzie. A strong gust of wind made you shiver. Lizzie huffed as she wrapped her arms around herself.
Rude.
Doesn't the wind know that summer's not over yet? That's all Lizzie said before abruptly turning on her heel and heading off in the direction your mothers had gone. God, but work in a couple minutes is crazy. We're all busy up in here. Why are we up? It's about to be 3 in the morning. That's all Lizzie said before abruptly turning on her heel and heading off in the direction your mothers had gone. Where are you going? I'm going to my room. I have lots to plan if I want to make the most of tomorrow. You thought this over, looking off towards the water again. Lizzie didn't wait, and before long she was disappearing off down the road. Meanwhile, Cove was going in the opposite direction, heading for the beach. Oh, come on now. We're not gonna end it. We gotta end this with Cove. Girlie just has priorities. Cove gave you a smile that you couldn't help but return. Cool. Oh, good. He said it for me. He made a little gesture that you interpreted as "follow me," and then started heading to the waves. Cove knelt down, picking up something you quickly identified as a smooth rock. He reared his arm back, then tossed it out into the water. Ooh! Where you got it to go, it sailed away out into the sea. Hey, I'm not good at skipping rocks. The first time I did it was actually recently this year, the first time I skipped a rock. And it was when, my parents and we visited like this river. And I jokingly threw a rock and it skipped, and I did it again and it kept skipping, and I was like, yes. Anyways, if I can barely skip rocks, one of us has to. And he's gotta do it impressively. You were impressed over how far he got it to go. It sailed way out into the sea. You can't skip rocks in the ocean. Me! You look for your own rock. Deciding to join Cove, you searched nearby for any rocks or shells that you could throw to. You found a shell that would suit your purposes, a smile growing as you tossed it as hard as you could. I'm a pro at rock skipping. Yes, God! Thank God one of us is! No rest for Chibi Patch appreciators, absolutely. I love playing Chibi Patch games at late hours. I did this all the time back in like 2021, 2022. Yeah, I love this game. It landed with a wet-sounding thunk a few feet away and slipped down into the water. When you looked over at Cove, he didn't seem to notice that his throw had been more impressive. Cove was looking down at his cast, scratching idly at the pink surface, even though you were pretty sure he couldn't feel it. His brows were furrowed, and there was a frown on his face.
It's not fair.
I've had to wear this cast for ages. I can't even swim. How'd you get it when you get it off? I mean, how'd you get it? I don't know. How'd you get it? I was jet skiing. Ooh. Your eyes widened. Yeah, that's the reaction of, huh? Envy filled you. Sure, he'd broken his arm, but at least he got to say he'd gone jet skiing before. I'd be too busy collecting rocks to skip them. Oh, me too. I still have like a decent rock collection, and they're not even like smooth rocks. They're just rocks that I thought were okay. And then the rocks I didn't think were okay, I threw them into the water. This one is so pretty, I don't want to lose it. Very particular about my rocks from my collection. Oh my god, I was not. If it was smooth and I liked the shape, I took it. If it was just a cool rock and I personally liked, I took it. It didn't really matter to me. If it was a giant rock that I dug up and I didn't want to let go of it yet, I took it. There's my pile of rocks. I have so many rocks, I actually currently use one as a door stopper. I just have like my rocks in this small container and it's my door stop. He then continued to explain. I crashed. He gestured to his arm as if to say, and this was the result. It's hard to believe you're allowed to jet ski.
Well,
I'm not. Oh. Ah. I see. Cove let out a huff, plopping down into the sand. I can't believe summer's almost over. You sat down next to him and nodded in agreement, regardless of the sudden topic change. I don't want to go to school. I mean, I would. I don't want to go to a new school. I think it'll be the same school as you and Lizzie. My dad said something about that. Cool, you're going to like it. Everyone's super nice. Coffee ball in 8. I needed it to look a certain way or else it got skipped in the water. I see. I was always told, like, I needed a specific type of rock. It had to be, like, oval and smooth, and that's what I could, like, just a flat rock, and that's what I could skip in the water, preferably a smooth one, which upset me, because I really liked collecting smooth rocks. So, that's why I didn't end up skipping most of them. You'd only ever been to the one school, but you were sure that his old school couldn't have been that much better. Then again, he did have to make new friends and meet new teachers. It could be kind of scary. Cove shook his head, then wrapped his good arm around his knees as he drew them to his chest. You heard a sniffling sound, and when you took a good look at his face, you realized that his eyes were wet.
I want to go home.
Ooh, this is awkward. At least any rock accepted your pile is considered elite. It's like, I want to go home. Oh, okay. You'd never had to move before, but you thought you could understand. If you had to go to a new school all of a sudden with all new people, you'd probably be dreading it too. Even though you sort of maybe understood, you still weren't sure how to help. What happened to my collection though? No! You've got to still have your collection somewhere in there. They're rocks. Rocks don't just, disappear. Okay, I'll see you later? Cove gave his head a small shake. No, I want to go back home. Right. Cove wanted to go back to his old home. The one that sat waiting someplace far from here. The one he would bring up whenever he felt this sad. It had been a while since he had moved in, but he didn't seem to feel any better about being here. He settled back down into the sand, trying to consider what to do. Do you hate it here? This can be your home. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Chill out. It's cool. We're good. Thumbs up emoji. It'll be alright. Sometimes when you were sad about something, your mom said that to you. No! Stolen by rock haters? Good God! Why is everybody losing their rocks? I'm keeping mine safe now. In the moment, you thought it couldn't possibly be alright because Sir Stuff-a-Lot lost his arm, or you skinned your knee, or you couldn't possibly finish all your vegetables. But in the end, they were always right. You're not going to leave, right? You'll still be around? The question was a little surprising. I don't know, it's crazy. Of course. Yeah. Your parents would have mentioned if you were going to move or something, right? After a second, Cove gave a little nod. Once I get my cast off, you could go swimming. You were fine with them changing the subject again. It'll be too cold by then. Steal my rocks? Don't steal my rocks! I mean, no, actually. How many rocks do I have? I've got a good amount. I've got so many rocks, we ended up using them as, like, decoration for our fish tank. I've got a rock with a smiley face drawn on it. Tough age for rock collectors. You smiled so he'd know you were only kidding. Cove smiled, then looked back to the waves. My dad keeps saying I'll get used to everything eventually. That I'd feel better then. It used to make me angry. I didn't want to get used to everything. You spared a glance over at Cove and saw the anger had slipped off his face in favor of something almost puzzled. But maybe that would be okay after all. As long as I really do feel better. You've outed yourself as having all the rocks we need to raid. It's over. I'm gonna wake up, my door stopper's gone, my rocks are gone. I'm gonna wake up, all the pebbles in the fish tank are gone. I can't see it. You could remember a long time ago when you'd first started going to school. You had absolutely not been okay with the idea of being away from your parents for most of the day, to listen to strangers tell you what to do and sit with kids you'd never met before. Things changing is hard. Sand, I'll make sure you do. Oh! Oh, they're so cute! Oh! This is the part where if I had a soundboard, I would play an aw sound effect, but the best that we have is me saying it repeatedly in the most annoying tone ever. I can. Cove gave you a dubious look and then a very slow nod. His eyes went a little misty once more. A fish tank too? It's over! You're all taking my fish tank! Okay. You got the feeling that they were different tiers than the ones from before, though. I hope next summer I'll surf and go exploring and everything will feel like it's supposed to again. You gave Cove a big smile. I hope so too. The two of you sat quietly, just taking in the sounds of the waves. You hoped that Cove would be able to accept this place as his new home. You'd definitely try to help in what ways you could. There were so many wonderful things here Cove probably hadn't even seen yet. Lost in thought, you started a bit when you heard a faint, familiar sound. The sound of your mom shouting your name. You looked over your shoulder, realizing it was probably time for dinner. Time had really gone by fast. You stood and dusted the sand off yourself. My mom's calling. It's time for dinner. You should come. Cove looked up at you, expression screaming reluctance, yet ultimately... Okay. When you smiled, Cove returned with one of his own. Hoi. Thanks.
Thanks.
Oh, he said it late! I forget that he does that. It was nice, where you were right then. But the two of you couldn't stay there in your own little world any longer. You were being called forward. We're his home now. Oh, yes, we are! This is so cute. I'm gonna hurl. So the both of you ran off towards your house, leaving the waves and summer behind. Oh my god! We're in step 2 territory! This was so cute. Oh my god! In between. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I think the thing that sucks about this is that I can't even change the hair color. Or like, I can't change the hair type because then I won't be able to have the split. Do I want to attempt? What hair is there? 2020. Let's see what hairstyles there are. Oh my god, there's short versions. I did not know there were short versions. Oh, this is peak. This is peak. You're telling me there were short versions and I didn't know? Yeah, quite jump scare. Woo, woo, woo. And then summer ended. Oh my gosh. I didn't know there was a short version. But I really would prefer to use the two-tone ones and stay true to my character right before 3 a.m. Yeah. Alright, let me go ahead and just tweak with what stuff is here. Glasses. Yes, I had glasses. This is 13. I had glasses by 13. What glasses did I have? 13. I didn't have my, like, circular ones yet. What did I have? Also, yes, just to let it be known, I am making my choices based off of, you know, what I would have done at this stage. Which is, for step 1 and step 2, the plan is it's gonna be platonic, and then step 3, that's where it's gonna be crushing and stuff like that. All that. Blind quiet. Yeah, I got glasses in like 5th grade. I remember going in and being like, having to wear glasses on my face. Think Tamarack. Tamarack hearing that she needed glasses, that was me. That was me for real. I didn't really like the idea of glasses. But I sucked it up. Okay. I think I did have rectangular ones though. 13, my hair was definitely in an awkward bob. I wish I could see, hold on, I'm gonna change the hair real quick so I can see what the earrings are. Ooh! These are cute earrings! I was a stud earring type of person. Glasses at 11. Oh my god. Tamarack moment. I also had glasses at 5th grade. Okay. 13, none of this. I did not wear that stuff at 13, absolutely not. God, 13. Thinking back to what I was like at 13, I am cringing. Braces, I wish. Not. Actually, I lied. Smart. I don't have any thinking. Okay, then we're gonna go back here. We're gonna go back to our half one. Oh my gosh! This also means that I get to redraw the thumbnail. I get to redraw the thumbnail next Star Life stream. This is fantastic. I'm so excited. Wait. Oh my god. I can put the scar I have on my chin. This would be really good. Oh. Definitely chopped. So chopped. I can't wait. Had glasses for a minute in middle school and just never used them. I had to keep using mine, bro. I was so blind. I didn't realize how much I was struggling to see until I actually got glasses. Like, I put those suckers on and they actually helped. And I was like, whoa! I had no idea that my vision was that bad. Yeah, I got weird freaking hats. When did I start wearing hats? I started wearing hats when I got into high school, so no, not yet. I think that is it. I think that is it for now. Oh, I'm so excited to make a new thumbnail for this one. But I will complete this. Ooh! Ooh! We are still going to stick with direct and fond. once again, let me explain my reasoning. My reasoning is because I do very arrow ace growing up, still currently arrow ace. I did not have feelings for someone until I was in high school, which is why I am going, or like romance, the idea of romance, not even a thing to me until like high school and then when I left it. So hence step 3, that's when we're gonna start crushing and relaxed. Hold on, actually. I don't think I'm gonna stick with direct. Fond, yes, but we might switch it up here. Cause at 13 I was very... Was I direct? I was a very anxious kid at 13, but I can't remember if I still had like the guts to say what I wanted to, like when I was a kid. Probably not. I don't think I did. 13 was a time for me because that was when COVID happened, which is hence why it's like really blocked out for me. I'm only nearsighted and my nose is screwed from a past injury, so I never sat right. Ah, that makes sense. Nervous. I think we're gonna go with nervous here, cause I was going through it at 13. You know what? Okay. We're gonna set it here. Well, let me save real quick. We're gonna confirm it, and then I think that's where we are going to call stream. I had to sit in the front, or I couldn't see the board. Oh my gosh. Glasses wearers. So many glasses wearers in the chat. I'm glad that I'm not alone. Oh, I forgot about this. We're not ending stream yet. Wait, okay. I need to know. Should we actually customize Cove? Or should we freeball it and maybe see like the worst of the worst? I need opinions. This is the one time I'm gonna be like, chat, what do we think? Chat, what do we think? Am I making sure that he doesn't look cooked? Or am I just giving him the right to dress the way that he wants? Which I'm sure everybody knows is... who? Oh my god. Free ball? Okay. Free ball at Loki. Oh god. Oh, cold COVID. Free ball at Loki. Oh, it's so over. I can't wait to see how to screw it. I can't wait to go on that road trip and see him in that bright pink hoodie, bro. It's a cute option on him. Ooh, I'm sorry, Cove. He dresses the exact same way Charlie does. Charlie, my main character in hit game Our Life Now and Forever. I need to be mentioned. Oh, it's so over. I'm sorry, Cove. Neither. Oh, right. Derek is here. I forget about Derek. Raph appeared just to tell me to free ball it. That made me hate her. Derek! Wait, oh, a Derek route would be so cute. I love Derek. No, we rock with Derek. Derek is okay. I'll also be nervous around Derek. I'm thinking about it. I'm finding it. I'm remembering Derek's personality. It's been a hot second. Derek is really great. I think no, we've got to stay the same. We've got to be stressed out all the time. I forget. Not that I forget about Derek as a character. I'm trying to remember what the vibe is like. Okay, well I think we've got to stick the same with Nervous Fond. That's bestie right there. Oh my gosh, August ended, September began. It was time to go back to school. Okay, we're not gonna go crazy here. This is where we're going to call it. Oh my god, we're in step 2 territory. This is insane. Guys, step 2. Oh, wow, I didn't think that we'd get here. We need more love for Derek. Absolutely. Oh my god. I do want to play Derek's DLC again. I love Derek. I love Derek so much. Oh, I miss his DLC. His DLC felt really short to me. I think that was why I was kind of like upset-ish when I played it. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't hit any good enough options. I need to like really let it marinate. Loud ass music. I'm so sorry. I had to turn it down. My bad. Spotify was turned up so much. But yes, summer ended and summer began. We're so back. Thank you guys for joining in. I can't wait for next time when I draw a new thumbnail. Step 2 edition. I'm so excited. Just ended step 1 after peak. I am going to mute you again. Let me pull up the where it won't give me the option. YouTube won't give me the option to put you in timeout. Oh, but yes. How do I end this again? How do I properly stream? Anyways, yes. Thank you guys for popping in, especially at this crazy hour. Unless you are not in the PST time zone, then you popped in at a normal time. Good for you guys. I'm so glad that you guys were here, and I can't wait to be back. Anyways, bye-bye, good night, or good day, wherever you are, and farewell.